have, fighting out of Albany, by the way of Albany, New York, by the way of Pompano Beach, Florida. His name is Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan.
Here we go, Trevor Bryan, one of our New York fighters, actually has ties to Schenectady, New York as well. So as the fighter makes his way in, we'll be ready and prepared to see what we hope to be a good fight against a Chicago, Illinois via Gary, Indiana native, Francois Russell.
Yeah, Trevor's coming in with the neon socks looking bright, man.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. He's looking for a fight stop and maybe a traffic stop too. I don't know. We'll try to check it out. That's all right.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Trevor's warming up. He's in all black.
6th in the world by the WBA is Mr. Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan to the blue corner. And tonight he will be fighting our veteran brother who has performed in this ring, in this square plenty of times. And we sure appreciate this brother. He battles every time he comes to this ring. Y'all give it up, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. My brother, my friend, Mr. Francois Russell.
Francois Russell, another heavyweight coming in out of Chicago, Illinois. Definitely has ties to Gary, Indiana. Coming in, he is a regular in the local fight circle here in Louisville.
Francois coming in, he's ready. Francois is ready.
He's ready.
No warm-up jacket, no nothing.
No towel, no robe.
It's like that old Mike Tyson.
It is, exactly. You know.
Fighters, strip down, get ready to be gladiators.
It'll be interesting to see with Francois being the smaller fighter in the red trunks. And then we have Bryan obviously has a height and reach advantage, but there is a 3-year age advantage for Francois as well.
Anybody got a case, he'll definitely represent you.
So we want to see if he can continue to his advantage.
Are y'all ready? Fighters to the middle of the ring. Mr. Marvin Middleroy will be ready.
Receive the instruction dressing room. Obey the commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Okay, so down go the further neutral corner. Questions here, touch them up, down there.
It is what it is, fellas. Let's get ready.
Ready for an exciting fight, man. Let's see what these guys have.
We go as both fighters step into the ring. They're in the center. They're trying to fill each other out. Both fighters seem to be comfortable with enough fights under their belt. Russell comes out with a jab in the red trunks. Bryan, being the taller fighter, has yet to throw a jab. He's feigning. He throws a jab to the body. We see right now, as Russell seems to be circling the ring. You know, Brandon, you'd like to see the taller fighter kind of assert his reach a little bit and cut the ring off a little more.
Yeah, you think he throws a couple jabs, establish.
There he goes. He's looking at a body shot, but it seems like he's worried about that left hook from Russell.
Yeah.
Russell seems to have a decent tight left hook, but Russell seems to be the fighter that's more willing to jab, even though he's a shorter fighter.
Yeah, it looks like Russell's trying to be the aggressor. It's a hard left hook that missed.
It seems like that's the punch that Russell seems to be setting up, is that left hook. He's got a wide stance.
Yeah.
He's got his back foot planted. He's looking for power.
Russell shook his head a little bit and say, I guess his power's not bothering him.
Bryan's still feeling out. I'm just surprised that Bryan isn't throwing more jabs in this particular round. But they have a game plan, so let's see how it plays out.
Looks like he's trying to cut him off a bit.
Catch him now with some jabs.
We know this is round one. Everybody enjoy themselves.
Like Russell misses with another left hook.
He misses.
Should not be quiet.
Bryan seems like he's still trying to feel it out.
Doing what they do.
Okay, Bryan.
There goes a nice little body shot. Nice hooks to the body. Nice cross. Right cross to the body. Another right to the body. The double left hook and a right cross to the body. Russell comes back with a strong left hook.
Looks like
fighter seems like they're getting tied up. Uh-oh.
Okay, Bryan against the ropes. Russell's got him against the ropes.
Now the fighters are beginning to mix it up. We're just going into a minute into the first round of 8.
So it looks like Brian wants to keep it in the middle of the ring. Russell wants to cut him off a little bit.
Seems like Brian is definitely committed to going to the body, even though he's being the taller fighter. He's trying to wear his opponent out.
Yeah, let's try to chop him down. Looks like Russell would be doing the same thing to Brian.
Exactly. Seems like they have opposite strategies for the body styles in the fight. You have Russell calling the other fighter out. A little bit of taunting in the ring. And you have Brian still staying calm and collected. He's looking to set up those hooks to the body.
Russell says, come on. A little gamesmanship.
Time.
And that is the end of the first round. First round of 8 is over.
I guess that was a feeling out round.
Definitely a feeling out round. Both fighters seem to be non-winded after the first round.
Yeah, Russell's not even sitting on the stool. He's ready.
I don't know if that's a good idea when you have 8 rounds to go.
I guess he doesn't plan on it going that long.
We'll have to see.
Because the ring girl says it's round 2.
There it is. So we are stepping into round 2 of 8. Again, that is round 2 of 8. You see the fighters have worked up a decent amount of sweat. They felt each other out. And hopefully we'll see some fighters that will let their fists fly a little bit more this round as they now have become accustomed to each other's fighting styles.
Yeah. Let's see if, like you were talking about earlier, let's see if Brian can impose his will with a couple jabs to get this round started.
You know, Brandon, I'm still trying to figure out who the more polished fighter is. You know, normally you can always tell coming into the ring.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough.
Well, I tell you, Russell seems to be more comfortable.
He's more comfortable. He's got his hands down, so we'll see how that works out for him. But he is, like you said, he is giving up that body, man.
He's giving up the body, and it's odd because, you know, Russell is obviously the shorter of the two fighters. He's fighting the tall man's game while Brian's fighting the shorter man's game.
Russell's hanging on to him right now. Brian's just letting him fly. He's hitting. Like
Brian is dedicated to working the body. He's dedicated to working the body. Like I said, this is an 8-round fight, and he seems to be taking his time. He's lining up now. He's lining up shots, and Russell seems to be in trouble. Russell takes a brutal shot to the body, and the solar plexus, and he goes down.
Well,
it's a standing 8. Some of that was just some of the action, but definitely was a clean, effective punch that put Russell down on the ground.
Brian starts it out with a left jab. Russell's trying to jab back.
Now Brian switches styles up. He wants to effectively work the jab a little more. It seems to be like his game plan was to drop those elbows a little bit on Russell by working the body.
And I think it's working.
Fighters have been exchanged. They seem to be taking a little bit of a breather in the ring, feel each other out.
Yeah. Halfway through the second round.
Brian is effectively cutting off the ring, showing some ring generalship there as he lays into Russell, and they get tied up, broken up. Russell gets a warning about a headbutt there.
Yeah, Russell's trying to lean on him. They both men miss with an uppercut.
A rare upper body shot. There we go.
Oh, slip.
Now it turns into a wrestling match.
Brian slipped. It's like a slip.
But that's okay. He gets a warning about the headbutt again, gets a warning about pushing. But that's okay. These are just warnings. But I will say that Russell is definitely starting to get into some trouble.
Yeah, Russell, he's holding on. He's grabbing. He's trying to make it through these last 40 seconds of this second round.
Brian starts working the up-top game now.
He's measuring him up.
He's measuring up. He's got him clean to the body. He's trying to work an uppercut in.
2 tough body shots, man. It's taking his toll already.
He's trying to work the right uppercut in, coming off the hook. We see Brian come in. He's looking to work the jab. Looks like he's setting the jab up to go to the body here.
Yeah. These last 10 seconds, let's see if Russell can make it through these last 10 seconds.
Here's the 10-second clap. This is the time where if you really want to make sure you win a round, but with the knockdowns, Brian is already clearly in this round.
Yeah.
Good round, gentlemen.
Russell sits down on this one. He's a little bit tired.
Absolutely.
Y'all make sure y'all give it up for these beautiful ring girls we got coming out tonight.
We're going to take a break here to go to the Brella Spiller unofficial scorecards. The unofficial scorecard right now for round 1. It is a 9 round for Russell, a 10 round for Brian. Round 2, due to the knockouts, is a 8 round for Russell and a 10 round for Brian.
Yeah.
And again, those are the unofficial scorecards. Those are not from the judges of the Kentucky State Athletic Commission. These are unofficial score counts. So please be reminded of that.
During the break, Russell's breathing a little bit harder than Brian.
Absolutely.
We got $2 bill lights. Round 3, fellas. Fight.
Those body shots have seemed to take a little bit of a toll, as Russell's elbows seem to be a little bit down than they were at the beginning of the fight. Brian can afford to have lower elbows as he's the taller fighter.
Brian's still going to that body.
Brian still being methodical, meticulous. That right cross to the body has been his lead punch tonight. The punch that is doing the most damage and setting up the rest of his combinations.
A nice jab by Brian.
Russell with his back to the ropes. This is what would have been a strong left hook. Seems to be Russell's best punch.
Russell bobs and weaves a little bit, gets off those ropes. I think he's best served getting off those ropes.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's low. That's almost low.
Brian's ability to want to go inside.
Brian's displaying some defense on this. Russell just missing wild.
Brian definitely seems to be the more technically competent fighter.
Yeah, Russell's throwing punches from all angles. There's not a whole lot of connection rate.
Brian throwing some shots in there just to keep the scores honest.
Russell's leaning on him. Brian's got to get a better push-off game to free himself up, to get back in the middle of the ring where he's been doing his damage.
We'd like to thank future promotions, Joe Shirley, Dorico, Murray,
Brian again setting up. It looks like he's setting up for that body shot again. Looks like Russell's ready for it this time. Ties him up quickly.
Dominic Murray, relative for Shula Bauer.
Again, another body shot, a left and a right.
Russell takes a knee.
It seems to be that right there was a liver punch. Caught him square. That punch right there will take all the fight out of you, Brandon, I tell you.
I think you're right.
Yep.
Another knee.
Yep.
Once again,
Russell's doing his Colin Kaepernick impersonation.
Russell still hasn't recovered from that original punch to the body. Yeah. That's been Brian's strategy. It seems to be a strategy that works. Brian throws some shots up top to keep it honest, but he is severely damaging, doing severe damage to the body.
Another knee.
And absolutely, the referee did a great job in the stoppage of this fight.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort by Russell. Those body shots just.
We had Brian with a knockout, and with 33 seconds left in the third round of 8. I think we're going to have to get some medical attention in. You know, Brandon, the good thing about the bad thing about those punches is that they severely hurt. The good thing is that there isn't any traumatic head injury on those particular types of punches.
Yeah, he's.
Everyone, give it up for these fighters.
His body's hurt.
Great first fight. Give it up for yourselves. Y'all give it up for these fighters. Mr. Fritz Ford Russell and Trevor Bryan. Great first fight. Mr. Todd Neal, what do we have?
We're going to the scorecards now.
Big boxing Brella Spiller.
Time out for 1 second.
Well, no, not. We got the official.
So again, the unofficial is a TKO in 2 minutes and 27 seconds into the third round. That is the unofficial. We're still waiting on the official call from the ring announcers, but we have big boxing Brella Spiller here.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's right on this one.
Absolutely.
Winner by TKO in the third round, we have Mr. Trevor Bryan.
Trevor Bryan improves his record.
Great fight. Great fight. Sure appreciate y'all jumping. Y'all make sure y'all hit the bar. Y'all enjoy some drinks. Enjoy a politic.
Russell's going out of the ring on his own power.
That's always a blessing. Anytime two gladiators step into the ring, it's always good to see a good competition and everybody walk out of the ring safe and sound.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You got a pretty good capacity crowd out here tonight. Ladies looking gorgeous, men looking handsome.
As always, it definitely seems to be a fight crowd. Everybody is ready and excited.
At the bar. Y'all make sure y'all go and have y'all some great libations tonight. Y'all enjoying politics. DJ Stitch. He dropped the DJ. He just goes by Stitch now. Let's get it together, y'all. Enjoy.
Again, we got this in from our unofficial scorekeeper, Big Box Umbrella Spiller. We attributed the win to ring generalship, clean, effective punching, and overall aggressiveness are the three things that we're looking for tonight. And it seems like that the boxer Brian from Schenectady, New York, definitely seemed to dominate the fight in all three phases of the fight game.
Yeah, I mean, that fight was a good, clean fight.
Absolutely.
That's what you want.
Absolutely.
And we anticipate like you said, we anticipate the matches, the competition to get a bit stiffer.
And it's always good too. A really good job by the promotion crew to put a heavyweight match in, and actually as a leadoff.
Yeah.
We all know that everybody likes to see heavyweights. Everybody likes to see big heavyweight punches. And so it was a real good way to start this off. It definitely got the crowd into it to see, not just boxing technical expertise, but to see heavyweights go in and just definitely duke it out. It was a real good thing.
Absolutely. People come in looking for knockouts.
Absolutely.
We got a TKO on the first fight. It's pretty cool. I mean, Expo 5 is always a great venue.
It's always a great
for the fight game.
It's a fighter's fight venue, and it's definitely good to go.
I guess hip-hop goes hand in hand with boxing, huh?
I really don't know, Brandon. It seems like, hip-hop is embedded into so much of just American culture, global culture, but definitely when you start talking about cultures that have been through struggle, we know that a lot of fighters go through struggle.
Absolutely.
There's a reason why, if someone has options, and the unfortunate reality of it is that the dedication that's needed to make the switch to boxing is something where you either you eliminate options or you do not have options.
Right.
And so that's why you really have to respect the warrior mentality and the gladiators that are willing to come in here and step into the square circle and really handle their business. But not everybody can do it.
Absolutely.
Keep this thing going. I hope y'all enjoy yourselves. Are y'all ready for your second fight of the night? Are y'all ready to see some slugfest again? All right, y'all. For the second fight, coming to the ring, fighting out of Houston, Texas. His name is Aziz Bakriaz.
Aziz Bakriaz, fighting out of Houston, Texas.
Let's go.
Aziz Bakriaz.
Aziz, he's got a little height on him.
Aziz Bakriaz seems to be a slim fighter. Seems to be in fairly decent boxing condition.
Aziz coming in the black shorts.
All right, Stitch.
All the way from Houston, Texas.
Mr.
He's got the black cover up with the gold trim.
He's fighting out of
Looking real shiny tonight.
Georgia. This guy goes by the
name is going
of
against
Mr.
Marcus Brooks out of Fort Benning, Georgia.
To the red corner, Mr. Brooks.
See Marcus making his way on in here. He's making an entrance, I guess.
So Marcus Brooks is preceded by his corner man.
Coming into that MAC 10.
Little gamesmanship here.
Yeah,
as the fighter
that's what it is,
time to come out.
gamesmanship. He's making him wait. He's coming in fashionably late to the ring.
You never know what could happen. It could have been butterflies in his stomach. It could be a loose piece of tape.
You never know, man. You never know.
But they're keeping it closely guarded as his corner man comes out. Or actually, I take that back. That is one of the corner staff for Izbekiev.
Again, we like to thank all our nothing boxing, Mr. Joe Shirley, Mr. Dorico Murray, J-Tone,
Yeah. As we wait on Marcus, crowd still coming in.
See the corner man for his, I'm trying to have a hard time saying his name, Izbekiev. They seem to be a little bit frustrated with the weight now as their fighters actually cooling down.
Yeah. Aziz is taking it all in stride. He's keeping warm, keeping up his lather, warming up his right hand, and now his left. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's Marcus. Marcus, darling. Here we go.
We got Mr. Marcus Brooks coming to the red corner out of Fort Benning, Georgia.
And I'll say right now, just physically, Izbekiev looks to have spent a little bit more time in the gym.
Well, yeah. He's looking like
or maybe a little more further developed as a fighter.
You know what? He's over there looking like a young Koskazoo.
Absolutely, Koskazoo. That's a throwback name in boxing right there. That is definitely good. Fighters touch.
Fighters, let's fight.
Yeah. Let's see if Marcus is, let's see what his game. He showed a little gamesmanship, looks like.
So we have Brooks and we have Izbekiev. We'll see what happens between these two fighters.
Brooks
There's the
starting
opening
off a
bell,
shimmy.
round one. Fighters touch gloves. Brooks has a little wider stance. Izbekiev seems to be tighter, wants to draw on power a little bit. And there we go, absolutely drawing on that power from that tight stance, that back foot planted.
I hope it was already.
Yeah, we got an early knockdown.
And you can tell Izbekiev seems to be more comfortable. His fighting stance.
I think Aziz was tired of waiting. He's taking it out on Marcus. Okay.
Izbekiev is fighting in a southpaw stance. So it's going to be a little awkward. They're going to touch toes a little bit.
Let's see if Marcus can catch up to him.
But
figure his style out.
Izbekiev may even be a natural right-hander because that lead punch is having a lot of power. It's very effective.
Yeah.
But he throws a crisp, tight.
Yeah, he's not wasting a lot of movement. But Marcus is.
And after looking how that punch goes, I have to say that Izbekiev may be a natural southpaw.
Marcus is covering up pretty.
There we go, and now and Brooks is severely hurt. The ref did the right thing and stepped in.
Another knee. So that's the second knockdown.
Again, Izbekiev has a tight stance. He's planting his back foot off that punch, and the referee did the absolute right thing in stopping this fight.
Yeah. He's done.
And we heard from Big Box Umbrella Spiller Again, this fighter was taking clean shots, and it was in danger. And we want to make sure that everybody stays safe and everybody walks out of the ring okay. And what we have here is a first-round knockout by Uzbekiev out of Houston, Texas.
Man, Marcus came in. He didn't look like he was ready.
He didn't look like he was ready. I don't know what was going on in the back, but Brooks came out. He wasn't wearing the confidence that you like to see a fighter. It doesn't mean he wasn't, but it means he was definitely not wearing the confidence. Uzbekiev looked confident the whole time. Even his fighting stance showed that he had spent some time sparring in the ring. And but you like to see two fighters congratulate each other.
Good sportsmanship. But as far as Marcus goes, it'll be all right when the swelling goes down.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, even though it's a knockout, both these fighters will be able to go to the club tonight.
It goes to Aziz Aboukou.
Again, Aboukou.
I'll say that's pretty impressive.
It was pretty impressive. I really like to see some more of this kid. He came out, he did a real good job.
Let's get it, y'all.
You can tell he spends his time in the gym. You can tell he spends his time sparring. He came in cool, calm, and collected, and he took out the competition.
Yeah, he did what he had to do efficiently. That's what you want. Don't waste a whole lot of time. Don't risk any injury.
Absolutely.
Got a couple fighters in the audience.
Absolutely.
Just shouted them out. Beast mode.
You know, Brandon, I have to do it. You know, since we're giving out shout-outs, you know, I always have to mention the Derby City Nukes. I have to mention Hampton University. And I always have to mention my international clique, my homeboys at Hampton University always.
HBCU, man.
HBCU.
In the house. So you guys in the MEAC now, right?
No, actually, we're in the Big South now.
Ah, yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
You went from CIAA to
CIAA to MEAC to Big South. Absolutely.
Balling.
So to all my Hampton Pirates out there that are listening, we want you to have great success in the Big South. And Brandon, I don't want to leave you out either as an alumni of Livingston College.
We got to go Livingstone, baby.
There we go.
Salisbury, North Carolina.
Ain't nothing dead about the Livingstone. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Absolutely. That's good stuff.
Seems like the crowd's amped up a little bit.
The crowd's definitely amped up. It's a great way to start off. It's a great fight pairing. We've had great contests, and we've had to experience two knockouts. Here we go with the instant replay here. And we see that left hand that's coming off of that lead right jab. As Uzbekiev serves it up again, and he comes with a mean right hook. Definitely to the temple and knocked him straight out.
Yeah, just straight headshots, man. Wasn't a whole lot of wasting the time there.
And that just goes to show when we talk about ring generalship. You know, we talk about the distance between the boxers. A boxer that has a decent boxing stance. He's not too wide. He's not too narrow. He knows when to plant his back foot to get power. He knows when to let his punches go. And what we saw there was a fighter that just had more boxing experience than his opponent.
Yeah, it was apparent. It was definitely apparent. Mr. Spiller didn't even get a chance to score the fight on that.
I know, right? We got big boxing Brella Spiller here, and I tell you, his job's been real easy tonight. He hasn't been able to do any unofficial scoring because the fights just haven't really gone, so we haven't really had a chance to get any scores in from the Kentucky State Athletic Commission. Or excuse me, the judges that represent the Kentucky State Athletic Commission.
Going down tonight, y'all. We will keep this party going. Friday night fights at the Expo 5.
Friday night fights. You got celebrities in the house, man.
So we hear that. There's nothing.
Are y'all enjoying yourselves tonight? I sure hope it is. We might have to ask anybody. Any of y'all ladies got some no-nos in your purse? Or somebody's definitely
So absolutely.
Let's see where we're going to go with this one.
Moving these matches along pretty quickly.
We are moving the matches along. This may be a quick night if the matches keep going this way.
We coming right back with it, y'all. Our third fight of the night, we have this guy is fighting out of Troy, Montana.
What up?
He goes by the name of
Okay.
Brandon Bauer.
There we go. We got Brandon Bauer from Troy, Missouri. Brandon Bauer from Troy, Missouri is now making his way to the ring. I know, right? It is Kappa Alpha Psi out, and I love it tonight. That's right. Yo to the Duke. Here we go. Brandon Bauer from Troy,
Missouri.
Troy, Missouri.
Now I heard of Troy, Michigan. It's a Troy, Missouri. I got you.
Brandon Bauer comes in with a lot of energy.
Got those blue shoes, the blue shorts like Elvis.
Mr. Brandon Bauer will be fighting tonight. He was a veteran here at the Expo 5. I've gone several of his fights. He's a great puncher, I tell you that. He will be fighting coming out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. He's wearing green tonight. He represents Michigan State. We call him the great Nick Gavon.
Nick Gavon from Kalamazoo, Michigan, coming in against what appears to be a game, Brandon Bauer.
Say he's representing Michigan State.
Absolutely.
All right.
He's coming in like Sparty, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah, right.
Sparty comes out, looks like Sparty might have a couple rounds in him too.
Hey,
you know.
Let's see what we got. There we go.
Oh yes, definitely.
All right, all right. Now he wins the award for most creative so far.
Oh yes, definitely.
He's got his own routine.
And you know what? You know, it's always good to see fighters that bring their communities with them wherever they go. You know.
Yeah, you want to represent where you're from, absolutely.
Always.
Kalamazoo. I don't know anybody. You know anybody from Kalamazoo?
I don't know anybody from Kalamazoo. But now we get to see what Kalamazoo do.
Let's see what's happening, man.
I don't know anybody from Troy, Missouri either.
No, never heard of the place. But obviously they have fighters. Brother. They raise fighters up in these places. Kalamazoo,
that's it.
Mouthpieces in.
Now, Michigan's always been a hotbed for fighters, you know, especially the Detroit area.
Let's work.
Receive instruction, dress room, obey the commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Knock down the furthest to the corner. Questions here, touch them up, God bless.
It is what it is.
I got a feeling this is going to be a pretty entertaining fight.
Oh yeah. Bauer seems to have a ton of energy and then the confidence that Gavon came into the ring with.
Both these guys look like fighters.
Both guys look like fighters. Both guys seem to be loose and confident in their skill set.
Yeah.
Both fighters look like they spent some time in the gym, look like they spent some time sparring. Both fighters have a good stance.
Just feeling out a little bit.
Bauer seems to plant his back foot a little more. He's looking like he's loading up for power just right off the bat. And Bauer
starts it off.
Bauer comes in again, trying to show some power, trying to command a little respect. But just naturally bigger of the two. Gavon seems to be the naturally bigger fighter.
He is definitely the bigger fighter, the more bulkier fighter.
Oh, these boys ain't no softies. They ready to play.
Got a shot to the body by Gavon. But nice shot right straight to the midsection. Backs Bauer up.
Backed him up.
Please entertain us.
Bauer's taking his time. He's trying to feel it out, trying to find a way in.
Coming with jabs.
Through that defense.
He's feeding the left hook off of the jab. He's also going to the body off of that.
Gavon's giving him that left shoulder, Mayweather style.
He is. He's keeping that elbow high, too, on that right hand. He's ready to drop it.
Yeah.
This crowd is a little bit too quiet. Gentlemen, give them something to holler about. That's right. Throw them punches, y'all.
Both fighters seem to work off the jab fairly well.
I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. I would definitely like to see a high you get.
Looks like they're trying to gauge each other's speed. Both fighters got to have a little speed with them.
Body blow, body blow.
The fighters seem to mix it up a little bit. Nice body shot. As Barr wants to impose his will, and we can see again that Gavon comes to the body shot on every counter punch in those types of exchanges.
He's got a strong body shot.
It's amazing. This is we can always tell this is a night where we're seeing a lot of body punches tonight.
Yeah. Somebody must put the memo out, man. The big guys with the body shots, the little guys with the body shots. I wonder how. I'll be interested to see how Big Brother Spiller scores this one.
Absolutely, yes. Big Boxing Brother Spiller's got his work cut out for him today on this round. Got 10 seconds.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
Okay.
Fight.
The fighters mix it up and maybe try to sway the judges here. Round.
It's pretty even.
Look,
we'll wait for the Big Boxing Brother Spiller's scorecard.
So we
got 2 ring girls.
Big Boxing Brother Spill here is giving the fight 10-9 to Gavon. And I would say definitely that Big Boxing Umbrellas has made this score based on the clean, effective punching and the ring generalship. Even though I would have to say that Bauer was the more aggressive of the fighters.
He was the more aggressive of the fighter. Looks like though Gavon, he hit the bigger. He came out with some bigger shots. Those body shots were impressive and they were effective.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Gavon definitely came on those counters where he led off to the body to definitely back off Bauer, and eventually I think that's what moved the round over to him. Again, those are unofficial scorecards. These are not official.
We're back at it.
Fighters touch gloves, go back at it. They're feeling each other out, trying to find their distance. Both fighters fighting in a traditional stance.
Bauer with a little combination.
Fighters are mixing it up a little more this round.
They're swinging.
Yeah, that's right.
Looks like Bauer's trying to put together some combinations. Gavon is satisfied for now. Looks like we're getting just a single shot in.
Right. We see again that Bauer comes out as the more aggressive fighter in the beginning of the round.
This is what all those hours in the gym and all the road work is for. This is what
motivation.
You get into this sport to do. Defend yourselves.
Bauer's trying to find his way through that Gavon defense.
Fighters exchanging glances, exchanging some words, muffled with the mouthpiece, but anything they can do to gain a competitive edge. Gavon coming to the body, then works up top a little bit.
Little miss by Gavon.
Slip of the right cross by Bauer, absolutely. Or I should say Gavon slipped the right cross from Bauer. Bauer's got his hands low. Gavon's starting to drop his hands as well. And maybe he's starting to get a little tired here.
He's a little winded. He's trying. You see, he's protecting that left side, that body shot. He's thinking about
Let's go, y'all. Entertain this crowd.
Bauer's definitely looking. It's funny tonight. We have fighters with the body style that would dictate one particular style, fighting against that style. We have tall fighters fighting like the shorter fighter, and we have the fighter that looks less physically strong, trying to throw more power punches than the fighter that seems to be physically stronger.
Gavon is definitely the more physical fighter. He's a heavier puncher, but Bauer's a volume puncher.
Volume, he's throwing all heavy shots.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like Bauer's trying to command respect in the ring, but I just don't know if the power's there to back Gavon up.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like Bauer's cognizant of that body, and he's protecting it a lot, and then Gavon looks like he's going up top now.
Gentlemen, y'all got these ladies back here talking. That's right.
But it's a busy fight.
It's a very busy fight.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, the body shots again.
Miles committed to that body. There we go.
All right, good round, gentlemen, good round.
Good round. Another competitive round.
Big Broxton Brother Bell again has a 10-9 round. So we're talking 20 to 18 now for the overall fight. The unofficial scorecard is 20 to 18 for Gavon. And that is Big Boxing Umbrellas, our unofficial scorekeeper this evening, so we'd like to thank him.
So far, round 3 has been the furthest that these fights have gone. Let's see if this one goes past round 3.
You know what? I really think it will. You know, you have both fighters seem to be in fairly decent condition. We have some clean, effective punching. We have some ring generalship, and we have some close judging on the rounds. This by far is the most competitive fight of the evening. Obviously, as the other two ended in TKOs.
Yeah, these guys are pretty even. Well, I will say I saw Bao grimace a couple times.
Absolutely.
With that, I saw him grimacing a few times. We'll see how this plays out with that body shot.
Tonight, Mr. Dennis Price, Kentucky Western Boxing Association Commissioner, Mr. Todd Neal.
Looking at Bauer has just some slight swelling around the eye and cheekbones, specifically the left eye and cheekbone. A little redness and some bruising on his forehead as well. And we see he's taking, these small jabs as a testament to the power of Gavon.
Yeah.
You know, he's slipping in these small jabs, and these jabs seem to be doing damage.
They've been effective.
But now Gavon has been turned, and he turns back around. I think Gavon tried to switch to a southpaw stance for a minute. It didn't work out for him well.
Didn't work out. As
Bauer comes in to throw heavy punches.
Ref stopped. I don't know what that stop was for, but
I think the
ref said to clean it up.
Yes.
Told Bao to clean it up.
Seemed like there were a couple punches behind the head there in that exchange.
Beautiful crowd tonight. Beautiful crowd. This is Christmas.
The referee seems intent on making sure this stays a boxing match and not a brawl.
Yeah, this referee.
Uh-oh.
Bao hit something.
Oh. And we got the fighters making two heavy punches. We have Bauer. Bauer came with a heavy punch.
Bauer came with it.
And definitely stunned Gavon, and then Gavon came with a heavy punch to the body to end the fight. And listen, taking it to the body, we got to see the replay. No.
I don't know. Yeah,
no, the body shot set it up.
Reacted. It looked like it was a headshot. To the jaw?
It was a headshot right to the jaw. It was a right cross.
That was a mean one.
Here he goes. He sets it up with the body. You're gonna see the right uppercut. Oh, never mind. The right uppercut. The right uppercut and then the right cross.
Bao relaxed, man. He relaxed.
Bao relaxed. He got in a good shot. He let his hands down. He was thinking he was going to finish the fighter off.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why they say protect yourself at all times.
I heard about that. That's good advice.
Well, we thought was what was a very competitive fight. Once again, ended in another TKO, but we can say that this fight, from a skill stance, was definitely competitive.
It didn't disappoint.
Not at all.
So halfway through the third round.
Given and with clean, effective punching, that was going to take its toll. I thought Bauer might have had one more round left, but he got stuck with that right hand. It was on that.
So you heard that from Big Boxing Braille. His analysis was this was definitely the most competitive fight of the evening. But after the fighters got to mix it up and they got into the third round, they felt each other out. They wanted to taste each other's power. And again, we said Gavon appeared to be the stronger fighter, and that was the case.
Yeah. It was a size thing, man.
Exactly. But Bauer definitely has the heart of a warrior. He definitely stepped into the ring, so we'll always respect that.
Give it up for Mr. Nick Gavon. That's right.
We have Nick Devon with a knockout in 1 minute and 31 seconds of the third round.
Y'all give it up for these two fighters.
The fighters embrace.
Y'all give it up for these great fighters. We so appreciate everybody coming out. Y'all get ready. We're back ready to go into the next one as quick as we get out of this one.
You know, Brandon, it's interesting when we have fights like these that are coming up short in the beginning and have TKOs. Sometimes the fighters in their camps, you know, we kind of saw this earlier with a fighter that wasn't quite ready to come out.
Right.
And, you know, you always tell them to be ready and they know what order they're going in. But, you know, after warm-ups and getting taped up and whatnot, you know, that's always the frustrating time of being on a fight card.
Right, especially with a fight card this large.
Absolutely.
You know. Because you don't want to get ready too soon.
Exactly. You know, we got fighters got to warm up and cool down,
Maybe that's what happened to
what was that second fight there?
Marcus Brooks.
You know, I don't know. That
he wasn't ready.
No, Marcus Brooks seemed to definitely not be on his game. But, you know, some of that you can just tell from physical presence.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so important for these fighters to understand that even as young, emerging, up-and-coming fighters, that they got to spend the time in the gym. They got to spend an hour sparring.
You got to put the time in, man.
You have to.
Because it's going to show. What do they say? If it doesn't come out in the wash, it'll definitely come out in the rinse.
Exactly.
People still coming in, man.
I know, absolutely. And I tell you, man, the people that are coming in, they've already missed the treat.
Oh, yeah. We still got about, 8 fights left?
We have a nice amount. Let's see here. That was the third fight of the evening. And we have 9 fights on the card unless the Kentucky State Athletic Commission scratches the fight and says elsewise, you know. So
hopefully everybody will stay eligible.
Hopefully.
But like you said, as always, Future Promotions has done a great job with the promotion, with the overall event. Because all these matches are events.
Exactly.
You know, you got the music going. Everybody's eating pretty good. Got the pretty ladies.
Yep.
The guys are coming in here all buff.
Yeah, it looks like there's more than 1 or 2 fighters out here in the crowd this evening.
Oh yeah.
That's right. That's what we do.
I'm not saying anything to anybody.
Absolutely. We see some folks on the local MMA circuit too as well out here.
Respect.
Texas fight tonight here in Kentucky. That's right. The big state. Coming to the blue corner.
Okay.
Fighting out of Brownsville, Texas. He goes by the name of Juan Reyna. Y'all give it up for Juan Reyna.
Juan Reyna out of Brownsville, Texas.
All right. Let's see what he's got.
Juan Reyna comes in.
Reyna's got some, looks like some leather shorts. Pretty stylish. Saying is giving all honor and is due to the Lord.
Absolutely. From the same place, the big state of Texas, fighting here in Louisville, Kentucky tonight.
It's the battle for Texas, man.
Mr. Juan Reyna will be fighting. He's a veteran in this folk square. He's been here several times to visit our city, and he puts on a show every time. Y'all give it up. Fighting out of Big Dallas, Texas, is my man by the name of
We have Greg Corbin here coming in from Dallas, Texas.
I've seen this kid fight before. He's a heavy hitter, man. Heavy hitter. But Corbin's gonna like to get this fight over with quick.
Corbin is.
All right. He's a big fella. Not a whole lot of wind, but his punches are heavy. Because, you know, they do everything bigger in Texas anyway. So
Corbin is definitely the physically larger of the two.
Yeah.
But we also know when you step into the ring, it only takes one punch.
Yeah, especially with these big guys, man. You know, that's all it takes. Corbin's a bigger, taller fighter. We'll see. Corbin's got some interesting, what are they, boxers, silk pajamas. But hey, I didn't. You know, hey, man.
I was
respect
by the gray Everlast gloves. You know, you don't see gray gloves too often.
Sure don't. That's a good catch.
Both fighters come in and feeling each other out.
Feeling each other out. Rayner's backing up a little bit.
Corbin's working on the
This is
jab.
a 6-round fight. Let's see if we'll make it.
Both fighters are fighting in a traditional stance.
Okay. Rayner's taking it to him.
I tell you, I don't, you know, that short, that wider stance by Rayner. You know, I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to do.
Yeah, he's got to get in. He wants to get inside. You would think he'd want to get inside.
You know, and he's trying to stay clear of the punches as Corbin's definitely pressing the fight.
Corbin's a little wild.
Corbin's cutting the ring off. Corbin's trying to work behind the jab. Rayner's looking for the counter punch.
Okay.
Rayner tries to come with the overhand right.
Hit Corbin's arm.
I don't think as a shorter fighter he's going to be able to get that overhand off.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I've seen this kid fight Corbin.
Corbin's a heavy puncher.
He's a heavy puncher. Doesn't look like he's on his game tonight.
All Texas fight here in Kentucky. It's lovely,
fight's a little slow.
Y'all give it up, make these gentlemen go to Brown in the barrel.
But I think the longer Rayner waits, the more trouble he's going to be in.
Absolutely. See Corbin work. We went to the body for a quick shot, and Corbin's going for the overhead.
That's to the back of the head.
I don't know.
That's to the back of the head. Yeah, that was to the back of the head. I don't think the ref saw that. But that was definitely to the back of the head.
Checking with the outside judge to see. The doc's coming in to check him out.
This might be. That was definitely to the back of the head.
Here we go. We're checking the punches here on the instant replay. We have Rayner trying to find the angle.
Yeah. Is that the one? Yeah.
That's it right there.
That was to the back of the head.
This is in the first round.
Oh yeah.
If he's unable to,
I don't know if he's gonna make
this may be a no contest.
Give him a second.
That's our longest. That's our longest. No, why you say that? That's what he just told me. No, he said it's a foul, it's a disqualification.
It is a foul. It was a foul.
How far is Texas from
So instead of a no contest, they're looking at a DQ. The referee's talking now. It looks like there may be a disqualification.
Does it get paid?
You know,
That's the next question. Yeah, I mean it was clearly to the back of the head.
it was clear to the back of the head. You know, it looked like a glancing blow, but you know, when you're in the ring, you never can tell. You know how hard someone has actually been hit, especially to the back of the head.
He went down like a sack of potatoes, man.
He did. His mouthpiece is still in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, it wasn't intentional. It didn't seem like it was intentional.
It wasn't
He was throwing
intentional.
a punch.
You know, you got a fighter that's that's turning his head, a fighter that's in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, I don't necessarily know that I'm in favor of the disqualification as much as I'm in favor of a no contest ruling.
Yeah.
You know,
Corbin's clearly upset.
You know, you hate to give a win or a loss early in a round. You know, Corbin is definitely the superior of the two fighters.
Yeah.
But, you know,
okay,
there we go.
contest.
Absolutely. They absolutely got it right.
There we go.
Instead of a DQ, we actually have a no contest.
Because Rayner can't go forward. You know.
Again, a no contest.
Yeah, it was unintentional.
Absolutely the right thing to do.
Can't disagree with that.
It was ready to go down. That's quite all right. He's okay.
And Big Box Umbrella Spiller has this fight called a no contest. Originally called it first a unintentional foul, no contest. Again, the referee began by stating that it was going to be a disqualification, but after review with the judges from the Kentucky State Athletic Commission, it was ultimately the right call was made to make this a no contest. So no winners, no losers, no draw. You hate that the fighters prepare for a fight and they leave without any changes to their record. But again, both these fighters are healthy enough, young enough to come back in and be able to entertain us another day.
Yeah, that's what you want. Everybody leave the ring healthy. Come on back. But you hate it also for the crowd. The crowd wanted to see some action.
Exactly.
And it got cut short.
Right.
So, you know, it's bad all the way around. But at least it was a no contest.
Absolutely. So here these fights once again, they keep rolling. These fighters are going to have to get ready to come back out and keep it going.
You got to keep it going, man. Get lathered up and get ready. They're selling a lot of nachos over there, man.
We got the vendor folks, yes indeed. They got the nachos, they got the cheese, we got people eating and drinking, having a real good time here.
I'm waiting for somebody to come in with some Santa Claus shorts.
I know, right?
As
close as it is to Christmas, we haven't had anything Santa themed yet.
Right.
I'll tell you, Brandon, do you have all your Christmas shopping done yet?
Man, look. Yeah. I got it done.
I got
it done, man. What about you?
Oh, I am Ebenezer Scrooge and the Grinch all rolled up into one. I have not been to a store yet, but as long as there's Amazon, I have hope.
There you go. They'll get it to you. They'll get it to you next day.
That's right.
Give them those drones to drop it down.
The drones.
Mr. Chris Rice, what do you think about the fight tonight?
Get a little crowd participation.
Always.
Two shoes over there with the crowd participation.
Making sure that everybody's getting into it.
Yeah.
Again, this is Future Promotions with in conjunction with the Kentucky Western Boxing Association.
Yeah, another great event by Future Promotions. Joe Shirley, DeRico.
I tell you, man.
Those guys always do it.
Joe Shirley and DeRico are doing one heck of a job bringing boxing back to Louisville and just making sure that the atmosphere is right. And I tell you what, they keep doing it with this level of success. It really won't be too long before they have a champion come up out of these ranks.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. They got the whole shebang, man. You got Anthony Jones over there photographing, Carlo Kellum with his photography, Matt. You got the sportscaster crew out here, man, always doing that thing. Chirac, okay.
So we have Chris Bill here.
Out of Chicago,
Illinois.
Coming in with a t-shirt and shorts. There we go.
Now he's coming into that Houston sound. You know, we had some Texas fighters that didn't come in to chop and screw.
Yeah.
But then we got a Chicago fighter.
Chop and screw.
That comes in chop and screw.
He's supposed to come in with some house or
something. I mean,
I don't know. Chicago.
Kanye.
Hay under the barn or hay in the middle of the barn or something.
Come
Crucial
Twister,
conflict.
Some Twister.
Yeah.
You know, something.
Yeah. You got to rep where you're from, man.
All mixed in one with a little shot of Spritz Super Hole. Super Hole, yeah.
Two shoes up at talking about lotion, man. Hey, man, look.
I tell you, whatever you got to do to get an edge, you know. I mean, we talked about fighters being lathered up, to break a sweat and ready to come out and fight.
He's ready.
Yes,
Chris is ready. Oh, he's fighting the hometown boy.
This is gonna. Yeah, he's fighting against the hometown crowd. So we have Timothy Moten here from Louisville, Kentucky, the Louisville native.
All right. Moten coming in with the all black.
All black, Louisville native.
These guys are about the same height.
Same height.
What's on the back of Chris's
logo that says Mayhem.
Mayhem, okay.
Mayhem.
There we go, let's get it, man.
Now you see how Chris comes in? Chris
got a poncho.
Chris is broken the sweat.
Yeah.
You know,
hopefully not too much of one, but these guys have pretty much the same type of body, man.
I know, yeah. You have fighters
pretty even.
They definitely have a stockier build.
Yeah. You know, nobody's got a real reach advantage, doesn't look like.
No, similar height, similar weight.
I'm gonna be honest. I expect a lot of punches to be thrown initially.
Early on.
Initially, right. Early on. We'll see how long that holds up.
We'll see. We'll see. We gotta see how game these fighters are.
Our ladies, it's a beautiful hairstyle. Marvin Whitmore controls the action. Let's go.
Obey the command at all times. Protect yourself at all times. In case they're not down low.
Oh, look like Morton's got a big home crowd, man. Everybody's over there by the snack stand.
Morton has a home crowd. He seems to be definitely motivated by that.
They want a knockout. The Morton crowd wants a knockout, man.
They definitely do.
Ding, ding.
The bell's in.
Okay, they're throwing.
They come in.
Morton's
Bill wants to come in and command respect fairly early.
Okay.
Trying to work the body. The fighters are leveraging each other. They're broken up by the referee. Fighters touch gloves. They come out fighting again.
Guys moving pretty well up
in
there, man.
They move well, actually. Yeah. Moten seems to be the heavy of the punchers, but Bill seems to be mobile.
He's quick, man. Bill's quick. Moten, he's waiting for a shot, looks like. He's trying to set
he's
a shot.
He's sizing him up. He's taking his time. He's conserving his energy. He's cutting the ring off well.
He's cutting it off. Bill's on his horse a little bit.
Bill's exerting a lot of energy moving around the ring.
Got to throw some punches, man.
Going to the body and the chest.
You heard
that. Drops those elbows a little bit. Okay. Moten drops the elbows of Bill. Bill's worried about that body shot coming back.
Yeah. You better.
So he's ducking down, but he's leaving his head exposed.
Yeah.
And it appears that Moten seems to be
he's going to catch up to
the fighter that's in control of the fight right now. He's in the middle of the ring.
Oh, there we go. Big left hand.
Nice left hook coming from Moten. Moten seems to be set. Oh, a nice
big left hand.
Right cross to the body.
Yeah, he's setting him up real swell. Got a minute left.
Now we got Bill's hands are all the way down.
Yeah.
That
push off.
The body shots you see, he's protecting the midsection.
Get out of that corner.
And rightfully so, Moten goes up top when he sees the elbows drop. He's going to the body again.
Yeah, he can hit those body shots.
Yeah, the body shots are definitely ringing.
That's the theme tonight, man, that body.
It is. The body shots are coming, so people need to understand. You come to Louisville, Kentucky to box. That's right.
You're going to get bodied.
You're going to get those ribs served up with the extra sauce. You know? They serving up rib tips in Louisville. The body shots are dangerous. Oh, my goodness. Another hard right cross to the body. Yeah. And now Bill's arms are all the way down. He has respect for Moten's body power.
So now's the time to go up top.
You see, he ties him up. We'll see with 10 seconds left. Another body shot. Yeah. And then come back up.
He's
another body shot.
He's punishing.
Left hook to the body. And, you know, Moten's really working both sides of the body really well. Yeah. He's throwing left hooks and right crosses to the body. He's coming with hard left leads to the body. Straight right.
You better give that man a stool, man. You know, these corner guys are key. Moten's guy looks like he's got a decently experienced corner. Bill, he's standing up, man.
Yeah, Bill, there's absolutely no reason why Bill's corner person
Doesn't have a stool over
does
there.
not have a stool for him.
Breathing hard.
And here we have analysis for Big Box Umbrella Spiller. Easy round to judge, a 10-9 for Bill. And actually, I think Big Box Umbrella Bill thinks that this may be the last round of this fight. So we will see. Thank you, brothers, for that analysis. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
And then we have Moten. He cuts the ring off again.
He's walking down.
Bill coming out with a little energy, trying to throw some strong shots. Leads in with the jab, works the body behind it, and comes up top.
Bill, if Bill's going to do some damage, he needs to commit to those shots.
And once again, Moten comes hard with a left right to the body.
He's not committed to his shots, man. Moten's, I guess he's took the sting out of him.
Moten's definitely showing some heavy hands here when he goes to the body. Nice jab. As Moten works the jab.
Moten's taking his time. He's not spending a whole lot of unnecessary energy.
That's right.
We get a double right from Moten. One to the body, one up top.
I like the way Moten's staying in front. He's staying on top of his opponent.
Moten's staying in the middle of the ring. He's using very little energy.
Chris Bill out of Chicago.
Bill's expending a lot of energy when he's not in the middle of the ring. He's dancing around.
He's huffing and puffing.
As a larger fighter to spend a lot of time dancing around the ring, it's not working.
Bill's breathing through his mouth. Looks like it's just a matter of time. But Moten, this round, he's taking it easy a little bit.
Moten is. He seems to be trying to get his win a little bit. He's sizing the fighter up. He doesn't want to punch himself out.
Yeah, he looks like he's saving it for the end of the round.
Moten comes with another nice left to the body.
Stitches and DJ for the night. Band man.
I think the refs got pretty good control of these fights tonight.
Absolutely. The ref has done an excellent job tonight. He's made some great stoppages. He definitely has control of the ring. He has the respect of the fighters. And another hard right shot to the body.
Looks like Bill might make it. We got about 40 seconds left.
40 seconds left.
Yeah. I know y'all some big guys. It gets a little rough at times. But golden blows.
We go left to the body. I tell you, Bill seems like he's completely out of gas here.
He's out of gas. He's hanging on.
You know,
Moten.
There we go.
He's
Shot to the
body shots.
He's turned Bill.
Okay, Bill gets through. Gets through with a nice jab to the nice right hand jab.
The 10-second mark. Fighters mix it up.
Bill's gonna make it.
Bill's gonna make it out of this round.
Because they're both tired.
Absolutely.
See, I mean, here's the thing. You're looking. They're both tired. They're both tired. I mean, obviously, Bill's the more visibly tired.
Absolutely.
But Moten's over there breathing heavy too. He's two big guys.
Moten definitely he took his foot off the brakes a little bit, and then took his brakes off. He took his foot off the brakes a lot of it.
Yeah.
In this particular round, he's feeling confident. He knows he can win the round, and we may see a fighter talking about Moten. It's yet to be seen if Moten's going to go for the knockout, or is he going to be satisfied with controlling the rounds and just looking for a win from the judges.
It's going to be interesting to see his strategy the rest of the way. Because, you know, Bill looks like he might be ready to go, but he's two heavyweights.
It's two heavyweights. Both fighters are breathing heavy.
But I'm going to tell you, Moten's support staff, support crew over there, they're looking for a knockout. I don't know if Moten can, they might not let him ride. They might make him run home if he doesn't knock him out.
I tell you, he's fighting for a hometown crowd. seems to pick up the pace a little bit here.
They want to see it. Okay.
We're early in round 3.
So both fighters in the beginning, they've got the wind back.
We know Bill's been hit, but his chin hasn't been tested.
Hadn't been tested. Bill's just trying to hold on. Not really putting up much of an offensive threat.
Moten seems to be throwing a little bit more power shots. It seems like he is dedicating himself to try to get the knockout.
And he's going back to the body.
Bill's covering himself up.
Mr. Chris Bill came to fight. Mr. Tim.
Bill's got to stay off those ropes.
I think he's finding another right to the body.
Body blow.
You can hear it on the side of this ring. I don't think people have the appreciation for how hard these guys are hitting.
He's hitting them right under the rib cage. There's absolutely nothing to protect the fighter there except for their own body and the conditioning.
Yeah.
That's right, it's a fight, y'all.
You can
Bill's breathing heavy.
You can see that left arm and elbow drop as Bill wants to protect himself. But he really exposes himself for the right hand over top.
I salad knocked down somebody. I want to smell fried bologna. Fried bologna.
You know, if Bill goes, it's going to be an accumulation of punches, not necessarily one big punch.
He's going to the body.
Moten could very well end this if he could mount a flurry of punches. But the fighters are so big and tired.
Yes. They're tired.
Mr. Beal is still in it. These gentlemen are going at it. Great fight. These men are warriors.
Right uppercut from Bill.
Half the folk in here couldn't
See, this is
stand
what you talk about, that condition.
That's a standing 8 count there. Referee again did a great job of stepping in to protect the fighter. Bill was not protecting himself and he was taking shots.
Yeah. He's not throwing a shot. Get your hands up,
The
Bill.
referee also sends a match. He's willing to stop a fight. That sends a clear warning to Bill that he needs to throw punches if he wants to stay in this fight.
Yeah. This is one of those rounds Bill's taking off. In the later round, he's just tired. He's too tired.
Moten again backs him up to the ropes.
And this is only a 4-rounder.
This is only a 4-round fight.
It's like a Butterbean's fight.
The 10-second mark and another hard right to the body.
Bill's made it through.
So now we're looking at with that standing 8 count. We'll get the unofficial.
Going the distance.
We'll get the unofficial score from Big Box and Brellis here.
The first one is going the distance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is what we came for.
It looks like we have a 26-30 in favor of Moten, with a 8-10 round for Moten in the 3rd round.
Moten's clearly winning the fight. He's the superior fighter, but he hasn't been able to put Bill away.
Absolutely, with a 4-point lead going into the last round. Hopefully the corner man for Bill is telling him, you have to knock this guy out if you want to win.
He's a knockout, so, Moten better be careful. He's winning on points, but Bill's a desperate man. So
Bill's a desperate man. He's going to be looking for that one shot. But honestly, I don't know if he's got the energy to throw it right now. He's visibly tired.
This is when you got to dig deep. Find that intestinal fortitude. 3 minutes. It's only 3 minutes.
These are 3-minute rounds. There's only 3 minutes.
Only 3 minutes.
When you were growing up and got into a scuffle, did that last 3 minutes?
No.
Exactly.
I was waiting for the bell to ring.
About 30 seconds, we waiting for somebody to break it up.
But hey, they both come out throwing though. Moten wants to end it. He wants to end it for the home crowd.
Moten wants that knockout. Moten is trying to punch through the guard, which is really good.
Yeah, I don't think Moten's going to be satisfied unless he gets that knockout. So Bill better be careful and start throwing.
And honestly, I look for the referee to get a little more aggressive because Bill needs a knockout to win.
He needs a knockout.
And if Bill's not looking for a knockout, then he's not competing to win.
Nah, he needs to start throwing.
A hard left, a hard right to the body. Those elbows drop.
Well, it looks like Moten might have thrown himself out a little bit. Bill's got an opportunity.
As we hit just under the 1 minute mark.
But see, the only thing, Bill hadn't committed to the body shots
to
early
the body.
on.
Referee gets a warning, tell him to pick the punches up. Moten with a slightly low blow, but not called for the foul, but given a warning by a referee. That is Moten's first warning of the bout in the last round.
Yeah, those are angry shots by Moten.
Moten is definitely throwing angry shots.
Moten wants him out of there. But Bill's holding on. I give it to him. He's holding
on. But if he's not going to throw punches,
That's right, Jimmy.
there we go. He ties him up, takes it to the middle of the ring.
Maybe he's waiting on one big punch. He's loading up on that left.
Moten slides one in. He's looking for the uppercut.
Bill holds him again. He's playing Huckleberry. I don't think Moten's going to get that knockout. Got about a minute left.
If he does, it looks like it may be a TKO.
Yeah. Bill's not throwing any punches, man. He's got, is his objective to hold on or is his objective to try to win? Looks like he's just trying to hold on. He say he didn't get knocked out.
Good fight, gentlemen.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he's not throwing.
Bill's not looking for the win.
He's not looking for the win.
At this particular point, with 10 seconds left.
Finish it up, y'all. Finish it up.
He's not looking for the
He doesn't have any gas left in the he tried. He tried.
He tried for the home run. He's got warning track power.
That was a good competitive fight.
It was a good fight.
It's the first fight we had this evening that went the distance. Our unofficial scorecard from Big Box Umbrellas has the fight for Moten at 40-35. 40-35. It's all rounds for
unanimous
Moten
decision
with a knockdown, making a round 3 a 10-8 round. So again, 40-35 Moten.
A valiant effort by both fighters.
Y'all give it up for these gentlemen tonight. Y'all give it up for yourselves for coming out. We enjoy this entertainment. These boxers are coming out here, putting their lives on the line. Great sweat and tears. This is how we call it tonight. Good respect for these gentlemen. Y'all give it up again for these gentlemen. The great respect, y'all.
You'd like to see the sportsmanship from the fighters. It's always good.
It's always good. It's definitely a good thing.
There we go. I think the announcer said 30-45. I think he really meant to say 40-35.
You better be careful.
I think he got a little mixed up there, but that's okay. 40-35. The final count on that match again, 40-35.
That made up for the last fight.
Made up for the fight. And actually, Big Box Umbrella Spiller had the fight right on all accounts. His scorecard was unanimous with all the judges.
You got the obligatory victory pictures.
Mo, the Louisville native, takes a picture with
did he put the L's up?
I think the L he put up was on Chris Bill this evening. That's the L he put up.
Yeah.
Here we go here. All right.
Yeah, man. All these photographers around here.
I know, right? We always have to pause for the obligatory picture.
You got to make sure you're with who you're supposed to be with.
That's right. There's a lot of people here look like they may not be who they're supposed to be. May not be who they're supposed to be with.
No pictures, please.
I tell you what, social media has no filter.
There you go. My goodness.
Want everybody to be safe and be responsible out there.
Yeah, be safe this holiday season. A little Kendrick Lamar coming through the airwaves. Give a shout out to our sponsors, Bob Cook's Locksmith Services, 333 Music Group, Nasty Good, 4 Bourbons, what is it, 4 Roses. Is that a sponsor or just a billboard?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I know we do have All or Nothing Boxing Academy.
There we go. All or Nothing Boxing
All or Nothing Boxing Academy.
Bob Cook's Locksmith Services.
If you have a young man or a young woman that is interested in the sweet science, the martial sports of boxing, then definitely All or Nothing is the academy that you want to send them to. And that's whether they're a beginner or whether they're on the Golden Glove circuit or whether they're training to go pro. All or Nothing Box Academy. So you definitely want to make sure that you check it out.
Absolutely. Rico Murray, Joe Shirley, they do a great job over there. They're playing chess, man. Everybody else is playing checkers.
Exactly.
Crowd's getting fired up for the next fight.
Yes, indeed.
VIP section's getting full.
It is. And
Hoorah season.
I know.
Is he performing tonight? Hoorah?
I'm not sure.
All right. Sticks. Are y'all ready? Are y'all being entertained tonight, y'all? Are y'all being entertained? This is what it's all about, y'all. After this next fight, we're gonna have a break in a performance by one of the 333 artists. We'd like to thank again Cooks, Spencer's Concrete, Bowser's Metal Media Group, All or Nothing Boxing Academy, Mr. Dominic Murray, Realtor for Shooter Power. We will have a couple of things going. Thank you, J Dub, for having us out. Miss Shannon, Cheryl, and Sharon tonight. We got $2 Bud Miller Lights tonight, y'all.
Miller
Are
Lite.
y'all ready for this next fight? Are y'all ready for this next fight?
The crowd is ready and hungry for the next
That's right,
fight.
y'all. We ain't going south with this one. We're going to stay right here in Louisville. We're going to stay right here in Louisville.
I guess the next fight's got a
Right, just
local
six
flair
fights for
to
the
it.
night. Fighting out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He goes by the name of Dwayne Wilson.
There we go now.
Dwayne Wilson.
Dwayne got some little guys coming in the ring.
Dwayne Wisdom coming to the ring.
Welterweights. Dwayne Wisdom looking to impart some knowledge upside somebody's head, I guess. From Naptown, I-65 North.
That's right.
Let's see what he's got.
All right. And Mr. Dwayne Wilson will be fighting tonight. Fighting out of Montgomery, Alabama.
There we go.
Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama.
Dwayne Ziegler. Here comes Dwayne Ziegler.
We got 2 Dwaynes fighting each other.
Dwayne and Dwayne.
Got a north-south fight. Civil War.
Civil War. Dwayne against Dwayne.
Dwayne. There we go.
There you go.
Dwayne Ziegler with the velvet shorts. All right. I like that.
I haven't seen that since Tommy Hearns.
Hitman. There we go. Dwayne Ziegler.
All right.
Got a little style to him.
Little style, both fighters.
Alabama. Roll Tide.
And it's good to see these fighters that are willing to come on the road,
Yeah.
to come to Louisville and come to showcase their, obviously Ali, being a Louisville native, has to be a draw.
Absolutely.
For these fighters to come in front of what they know is a game and live boxing crowd.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks volumes about Future Promotions, their reach, that they attract guys from all over the country, and they get out and find the best fighters to come and showcase their skills.
It looks like these fighters travel well, too. They seem to have a lot of individualized support out here in the crowd this evening.
Absolutely.
Wait for when Katie come out.
All
right, y'all, let's get this one on. After this one, we will have us an intermission break. Let's have this a great fight, gentlemen. Let's go. I am your announcer for the night, host Jim Jam, aka Two Shoes. Y'all better stay in your lane, cause I'ma stay in mine.
Jimmy Jams. Let's get it on.
All right, here we go. Fighter square off. Again, as we've seen tonight, the fighter that seems to control the middle of the ring seems to have an advantage. But with these fighters being smaller stature than our heavyweights, we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, it looks like. Does it look like to you Ziggler's got a bigger reach, or nah?
Ziggler definitely is the longer linker of the fighters. But he also seems to have more snap in his punch initially.
Yeah, he's got a little pop to him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like his pop, man. Ziggler looks to be the aggressive fighter in this one.
Let's go, Blue.
Both fighters trying to figure each other out right now.
And we have Wisdom in the Wisdom in the black trunks is taking the southpaw stance.
It's gonna be a good one, y'all. My man Nick,
we have Ziggler in the traditional stance.
I love Nick, man. Great fighter. Y'all, let's get it in. Nick Cavant's in the building, my man.
Ziggler's throwing a lot of punches, yet to connect.
Ziggler has control of the ring.
Wisdom's just waiting for his opportunity, it looks like.
Wisdom definitely seems to be in counterpunch mode.
Yeah.
He slips the right. That is Wisdom. He slips the right.
That's right, it's gonna be a
gets
good
caught
fight.
with the left hook coming in.
For now.
Got the double left hook from Ziggler. The left hook uppercut combination.
Wisdom wanted to throw that left.
That's right, Jimmy.
Thought better of
Wisdom
it.
had it ready and he chose to keep it. He chose to keep it
I
in.
think not.
Keep it around his chin.
You gotta let that stuff fly.
That's right, Jimmy. Let's entertain these people tonight. Let this crowd get back into this thing. It's a little bit too quiet in here for me. I need noise.
The referee breaks him up, talks about a little bit of pushing.
No holding, let's play. Man, give us something to scream about, that's right. No wrestling, all boxing. Y'all better stay in y'all lane. I got somebody I'ma get to tonight. He should say nothing to me. Let's get it, y'all. This is boxing and entertainment.
Looping left hand by Wisdom doesn't hit the mark, but follows back with a left hand lead.
That's right. Body blow, body blow. These cats are warriors. Let's play, y'all. Oh, he's trying to take his head off.
Yeah, Ziggler's going for some big punches. A little wild, a little wide.
A little wild. Both fighters stare each other down. You know, when you have a southpaw versus a traditional fighter, you know, you always look for the southpaw. The most effective punch they're going to have is a strong left-hand lead. That's going to go the same way for the traditional, the right-handed fighter as well.
Right.
And then we saw, you know, Ziggler definitely asserting that right hand coming forward, showing more power. But both these fighters, if they want to see more positive results, they're going to have to throw that strong arm punch.
Yeah, they're going to have to. They're going to have to commit to it. But I look for the action to slow down a little bit and be a little bit more deliberate. They expended a lot of energy in that first round.
To the middle of the ring, gentlemen.
And this is another 4-rounder.
Let's be respectful. Show some love, y'all. Show some love. That's right.
This referee is really taking control of these fights today, but not in a way that interferes with the boxing match.
Yeah.
Beautiful things
He's letting them fight
on this Friday night.
within the restraints and the rules.
Again, we like to thank All or Nothing Academy Future Promotions.
Wisdom stays with the southpaw stance. Ziggler stays with traditional. Wisdom coming with a left hand lead. Actually,
Ziggler's just straight head hunting. Okay,
Ziggler's walking through punches.
You know, this fight's taking on its own identity. Other than the earlier fights, nobody's really committed to the body.
No, in this fight, nobody's committed to the body.
Not a whole lot of jab.
You see Wisdom coming with a strong left lead. You would expect that from a southpaw fighter. He's used to fighting fighters that are opposite-handed.
That's right. Let's see some action. Skip to the loo, my darling.
Wisdom's making some contact.
That's right. That's what all this training was for. You getting that read the battle.
Again, Ziggler seeing success with the right.
Wisdom ties him up.
Again, those right hand punches from Ziggler, those left hand punches from Wisdom.
Keep stay in your face and your ear. Make you fight for your pride. Are y'all enjoying yourselves? That's right, are y'all enjoying yourselves again? Friday Night Fights live at the Expo 5.
A warning on the headbutt.
These boxers go through like great athletes.
Okay, all right. They open it up a little bit. Ziggler's throwing. Wisdom ties him up. He had enough for the moment.
A little push off on the blind side of the ref.
Ziggler comes right back at him.
Ziggler seems to have command.
Let's work, gentlemen.
Looks like Ziggler's doing what Wisdom should be doing. Ziggler's trying to get on the inside instead of using his length. And Wisdom's content staying outside.
And we see positive results from Wisdom when he chooses to lead with the left hand to come in.
Respect due between these two fighters. They getting their action.
But Ziggler definitely is in control of this particular fight.
Yeah, he's in control of it.
10-second mark.
10 seconds.
Ziggler got him with a nice right hand.
Ziggler picks up the activity.
And Wisdom's got his defense working.
If he didn't win it before in those last 10 rounds, those last 10 seconds, sealed the deal for Ziggler for that round.
It seemed like they rang the bell a little bit early. Still 4 seconds left.
Big Boxing Braille has the first 2 rounds going for Ziggler in a 2018 through the second round. 2018 through the second round for Ziggler.
I think this is a hard one to score because both guys are throwing and it's a lot of action. You have to have a keen eye, like Big Box, Mr. Spiller, to actually see who's winning this fight. You could probably easily make a case for both fighters at this point.
The judges definitely have their hands cut out for them. And again, we want to remind everyone that our scores from the Big Boxing Umbrellas are the unofficial scorecards. As we open up into round 3 of 4. That Wisdom coming in, trying to come in with a looping. So it started off as a right jab, ended up being a looping right. And it failed to connect.
They fight their way out of the clinch.
Again, body shot.
Yeah, Ziggler's taking control a little bit, trying to.
Ziggler's working the left, sets up for a good overhand right. And again, if Ziggler lets that right hand fly.
Wisdom's eating those punches. He got up out of that corner, but Ziggler resumes where he left off. Not a lot of solid shots by Ziggler, though.
But he's starting to figure it out. He's leading with the right hand on some of these exchanges, and he's starting to figure the fight out. There's so few traditional fighters. They're so used to working the jab and leading in. When they fight a southpaw, if they're not prepared to throw the right, they don't always do well.
Yeah, you're right about that. Absolutely. And we can see that right now. Okay.
Again, Wisdom, he comes in with the left hand. That left hand shot is going to be his best chance of affecting any kind of change in this fight.
That's going to be his best chance. He's got to get it. He's got to get inside. He's got to figure out a way to get inside. And he didn't set it up in the early
first time.
He still got a chance.
When he feints with the right and throws the straight left, he's getting the punch off.
Yeah, he needs to stick with that game plan.
And again, for both of these fighters,
We appreciate Dave Tubb.
it's going to be very
Giving
important.
us Expo 5 for the night.
When you're fighting an opposite-handed fighter, or a fighter that fights in an opposite stance, you have to be able to throw your strong hand punch. It's got to be straight. It's got to be direct. You got to keep your elbows high.
Let's see if Ziggler's going to take your advice and throw his right hand.
Ziggler sets it up. He let one fly to the body. He's still trying to work behind the jab.
He's got to put something behind it. He needs to put a combination together. These one punches aren't going to do it.
It's good boxing right here, baby. They show trying to get it. Body blows and combinations to the head.
That was ruled a slip.
That was a slip.
It was a slip.
Wisdom on the slip. Wisdom throws a hard feint, and the round ends as we go into round 4.
Stitch, play with them.
Again, the unofficial scorecard from Big Box Umbrella Spiller is a 3 rounds to none in favor of Ziggler. Currently at 30-27 Ziggler. Again, that's 30 Ziggler, 27 Wisdom.
It seems like the crowd is just waiting for some big-time action in this thing. We got a lot of action, but not a whole lot of punches land, solid punches land.
Final round.
Championship round.
Here we are in the final round.
Looks like Wisdom's on his horse a little bit.
Wisdom working behind the jab, and he throws the right. Again, you see that right hand coming into action. He gets it right across the temple. It glances Wisdom. Wisdom is on the ropes. I think the referee might come in on this if Wisdom fails to protect himself.
Wisdom's still moving.
He still has his hands up. He's still pushing.
Got his hands up. He didn't really get hit with a bunch of solid shots.
Hopefully,
he's got his head moving.
Wisdom's corner let him know that he was 3 rounds down. So this is looking like it's going to have to be a knockout win or two knockdown. Just even to get the draw.
Fight back, gentlemen. That's right.
He needs a big round. These last two fights, both of them went the distance.
Wisdom seems to be.
Wisdom seems content to be just to get through this round.
Content to get through the round. He was checking his mouth guard earlier in the round. He was checking for blood. He got caught on a punch.
Okay.
Strong right hand again.
Solid shot.
That's right. Ain't nobody giving up in this one.
Ziggler comes with a strong right hand. The referee establishes some order. Let the fighters get back to it.
And Wisdom connects with one of those left hooks. But he hasn't done it yet tonight.
Just under the 1 minute mark.
I don't know why. I expected a lot more combinations out of this one. Hadn't been a whole lot of combinations.
And a lot of that has to do with the odd mix of a traditional fighter and a southpaw fighter. You know, they're touching toes a lot. They're mixing it up a little bit. They're getting tied up. The angles are different.
Oh, no. No, you can't do that. You can't do that, young man. He's holding him and punching him. You can't. That's against
the referee did a real good job of not taking points away for that.
He could have.
He absolutely could have. It would have been well within his rights and well within the rules. Fight. But he's letting the fighters fight. Referee's experienced.
He said, Wisdom said, "Excuse me," to the referee.
He did. Said, "I'm trying to survive the round, Mr. Referee, sir."
And there we have it.
A great competitive fight.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
The fighters are exchanging words after the match.
Why is that?
I hope y'all enjoyed this match. After this match, we will have some intermission and a little entertainment. The Kentucky Western Boxing Association, Mr. Todd Neal, the commissioner, has
again. Big Box Umbrella Spiller, our unofficial, again I repeat, unofficial ringside scorekeeper, has this fight unofficially at 40-36, 4 rounds.
Gentlemen, to the middle of the ring, fighters to the middle of the ring.
Yeah, we're about to see who's going to win the Civil War. Which Dwayne will win.
Fighter to the right and the left of Mr. Marvin Whittemore. All three judges score the bout 40-36 for the winner by decision. It is in the red corner. Y'all give it up for Zero.
It seems that Montgomery, Alabama? Yeah, Montgomery, Alabama is definitely in the house. As there are a large number of Ziggler supporters in the crowd. And he did not disappoint.
Not a long trip from Montgomery, about what, 8 to 10 hours. Yeah. Drive on down there from that bus stop to Rosa Park. They boycotted.
Sounds like Montgomery was a stop on one of your many Livingstone road trips there.
Montgomery, man, it's a great place. Looks the same as it did back in 65.
Is that
I don't.
Good or bad?
I'm just playing. Nah, it's a great. Montgomery's a great place, man. Alabama's a great state.
All right, we're going to be signing off, you all, and after the intermission, we'll come back in and we'll give you the rest of the announcements. Thanks.
Tonight we got fighting out of East Moreland.
Here we coming back.
Illinois coming to the blue corner. Everybody give a round of applause for Mr. Lionel
Jimenez.
Eastmore Line, Illinois. Lionel Jimenez. Lionel Jimenez in the red trunks makes his way to the ring. This is our 7th fight of the evening.
I think this is going to be a good one. Junior Valdez out of Louisville, Kentucky, by way of Cuba.
All right, y'all. Coming to the ring, trained by Mr. Kelly Mays, representing Area 502. Boxing with a record of 2 wins, 0 losses. The current KBC welterweight champion, the Latin.
We got a champion.
KBC welterweight champion.
Is this a title fight?
Assassin.
Is this a title fight?
If it's sanctioned by the Kentucky State Athletic Commission, if they agree to the belt being on the line, we'll find out.
Okay. Valdez has got the U of L trunks on. All right.
KY Ray throwing the L's up. Again, Valdez in the white
wearing the KY Rays t-shirt.
Jimenez.
My man DJ Slick. Again, man, it's another great production by Future Promotions.
Future Promotions doing an outstanding job. I tell you, for everyone that's watching out there online, if you get the opportunity to, you need to show love to Future Promotions.
Come on down, go on down to the gym and check them out.
That's right, y'all. Let's get it on.
All or nothing gym, man. That's where it's at. Okay, now by the looks of it, these guys look like boxers.
They do. It's funny, you actually have Russell, who fought earlier, is actually one of the cornermen for Jimenez. It's that Illinois connection.
Illinois, here we go. Junior's coming out. Okay. Junior's coming out with a little pop. More construction.
There seems to be the more control in his mobility of the fighters. Again, we see the fighter that tends to dominate the middle of the ring seems to be somewhat the aggressor towards the end of these rounds.
Yeah, Valdez has got a lot more movement, side-to-side movement. Just like
lateral movement, an indication of his boxing pedigree, indication of his time in the gym.
Yeah, we got this is going to be a good fight.
Valdez working the body, something we've seen consistently most of the night.
Yeah, he's taking his time. Jimenez is going around the ring a little bit.
Jimenez expending a lot of energy moving around the ring. Valdez staying calm, conserving his energy, waiting for his punches.
Valdez looks like he's been there before.
Again, Valdez is working out of a southpaw stance. Jimenez working out of a traditional stance. We've seen a lot of this righty-lefty thing going on this evening. A lot of traditional fighters versus southpaws.
It's a good contrast, you know, to the educated boxing fan like yourself. I'm sure it's quite an intricate chess match, but you know, the average fan wants to see some punches flying.
The average fan wants to see the punches flying, indeed. I tell you what makes it so difficult when you have a southpaw against a traditional fighter. We talked about it earlier.
Gets good right in.
Is that you'll notice that their feet can be on top of each other sometimes.
Jimenez put a little combination together to the body. I'm sorry, Valdez, excuse me.
Two focused fighters.
Jimenez got up out of the corner pretty quick after he got those body shots from Valdez.
And then we want to see straight, strong hand punches from both fighters would be the punch of choice versus these particular styles.
All right, Valdez is letting it go.
He's going to town.
Valdez coming with a strong right hooks to the body, trying to get that guard to drop a little bit. Seems to be a
Valdez is taking his time.
Seems to be a nick there over in the right eye corner of Jimenez. Yeah. Jimenez seems to be taking some shots. There's abrasion there. As you hear the 10-second mark.
Okay. Jimenez is running.
Jimenez is spending a lot of energy moving around the ring.
But as you've seen all night, we got some mutual respect in between the rounds. Both fighters touch it up between the rounds. So we got we got a fighter. Oh, okay, you made mention of that. You got a fighter as a corner man for Jimenez.
That's right.
Who is that? Is that
That is Francois Russell.
Francois.
They have the Illinois connection. You know, it's always good to have a fighter represent you in the corner. You know, the fighter's been there. They know exactly what you need between rounds. They look at the fight from a fighter's perspective, and they're going to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Valdez's corner looks like they might have spent a couple rounds in the rings too.
Yeah, they're looking pretty confident over there. You got Kelly Mays as corner man. 4 hour seasons carrying the bucket and the stool. He's a fighter himself. Representing KY Raised.
There we go
DJ
again.
Slick.
We're starting round 2. You see the fighters stepping on each other's feet again, as that's expected. We have a conventional stance versus southpaw. We're going to be looking for those lead strong arm punches from both fighters to be effective. Okay. We see the left.
Jimenez is working the body.
Jimenez changes his stance and goes into a traditional stance now. Opened up southpaw. Now he's coming with a traditional stance.
And Valdez is opening it up on him. Valdez is against the rope, but he's got good movement.
Excuse me, I said Jimenez. I meant to say Valdez switching his stance up, going into a conventional stance now. Going to a conventional stance and working the left jab. So here we've seen Valdez, definitely the more polished fighter in this particular, more experienced fighter, it seems, as he's able to switch stances in between rounds.
Yeah, Valdez is throwing those hands. Jimenez really can't get into him like he wants to.
Jimenez is definitely off balance after fighting what he thought to be a southpaw fighter in the first round. And then to have Valdez switch up and go into a conventional style in the second round.
So you think that was intentional strategy by Valdez?
Absolutely an intentional style to come out and lead and fight a whole round in the southpaw stance, and then to switch stances in the beginning of this second round.
These boxes tonight, they are really focused.
It's a pretty good technical fight.
I actually think Jimenez was more open when Valdez was in the southpaw stance.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Valdez Valdez has switched back over and is fighting now in a southpaw stance again.
He switches back.
So I think this is really Valdez trying to feel this fighter out.
Yeah, Valdez got a little smile on his face like he knows something. Jimenez is trying to get through. His punches don't have a whole lot of pop to him.
Jimenez is staying busy.
Mr. Flores and Jimenez, y'all fight, baby.
You see Valdez going back to the southpaw stance. Jimenez has stayed in the traditional stance.
Valdez he's got a little lead left going on there. Gets into Jimenez's nose. Valdez is mixing it up. He's going up, he's going high, he's going low.
Got the 10-second mark of round 2.
Valdez is clearly in control of this fight.
Valdez is definitely in control of this fight. With a flurry of punches to end the round just to make sure.
He's looking good doing it.
He's playing to the judges. Again, unofficially, we have the first 2 rounds going to Valdez. 20-18 total score through round 2 for Valdez over Jimenez.
2430 West Main is all or nothing shapes of village. Boxing Academy, where they're all trying to send these gentlemen and these children to the pros. Y'all giving them for
you see, you can always tell a fighter. Valdez's corner giving him a little tough love there for switching styles back and forth.
Entertainment from 333.
I tell you, those wake-up shots he got in his corner were probably some of the hardest shots he's taken in this particular fight.
Yeah. Kelly Mays' corner, man, is pretty animated. He knows what Valdez is capable of, and he wants him to do it. So, you know.
So we'll see if the intensity works. A few wake-up shots from the corner of Valdez.
Let's see what type of
nice body shot by
Valdez. Valdez still seems to be the fresher of the fighters.
Absolutely. Valdez is calm. He's using less energy. He has command of the ring. Menez is spending a lot of energy, most of it trying to get used to the switching of the stances.
Yeah, he can't, and I guess, Jimenez can't get a rhythm going.
That's right.
Valdez switching back and forth through traditional.
That's right. Get this crowd.
Valdez in a traditional stance now.
Let's go. Let's work. Let's work, gentlemen. We came to see some entertainment, and that's what about it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Let's go at it. It ain't nothing but a couple of rounds. Give it to y'all.
Valdez gets some defense of Jimenez.
And he keeps working that top abrasion over the right eye of Jimenez. Yeah.
And that's a sign of a seasoned fighter to go after.
He sees blood and he goes after it, absolutely. You see the fighters casually mixing it up. We have Valdez here on the ropes, works himself off the ropes. We have Jimenez throwing punches that are not clean and effective. You can really see the power in Valdez when he comes with his punches. He moves Jimenez back.
Yeah, he's got that good, nice overhand right. Jimenez is hitting a little bit low. But Valdez has got to fight, though. The ref's got to do his job. He's got to do his job.
Valdez is measuring it up. It seems like he's waiting for a big shot. But Jimenez has fairly good defense for the fight, just not busy a fighter, as we like to see, to be competitive in the fight.
He's kind of just hanging around.
Jimenez.
All right. Valdez moves him back,
mouthpiece
back a little bit.
Is that, we don't know whose mouthpiece that is.
Somebody's pink mouthpiece. Whoever had the pink. Looks like Valdez's mouthpiece is out.
It is Valdez's mouthpiece out.
But he's hitting harder.
Valdez really hasn't taken any damage to his head. As we get to the end of round 3. Again, although a little more game in that round, still unofficially that round went to Valdez. Again, that is an unofficial round for Valdez. We're looking at 30-27 through 3 rounds. 30-27 for Valdez.
That's right.
Now the corner of Jimenez is watching the same fight that we're looking at, Brandon. Francois Russell has to be telling him in the corner, you have to go for it. You have to knock this guy out if you want to win.
Yeah, he needs a knockout. And I just saw Jimenez mouth the words. Somebody from the audience was telling him something, and he whispered, "He's a southpaw," making reference to Junior Valdez. So his tactics are working. He's frustrating Jimenez. Jimenez's timing is off. He can't really get into a rhythm.
Valdez comes out again this round in a southpaw stance.
Too strong lefts by Valdez, 3.
Valdez is throwing that straight left hand. We talked about when you're in that stance, when you're fighting southpaw, that straight left hand is going to be the most dangerous punch to a right-handed fighter or a fighter that's fighting in traditional stance.
And Jimenez can't stop it. So Valdez taking early control of this fight thus far in the 4th round.
And I like the fact that this is the scheduled last round of this fight, and Valdez isn't taking anything off in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing his experience. He's trying to put this guy away and leave no doubt as to who's winning this fight. And right now, he's doing it with style.
Valdez seems to be a bit coy, playing some games in the ring. His feints seem to be paying off.
Yeah, Valdez is committed to these shots. Jimenez, I don't know, has he thrown yet?
Jimenez he's throwing shots, they're just not landing. There's a clear reach advantage for Valdez. Valdez obviously has him confused with the southpaw stance and then switching to a traditional stance. As we round this out and round out the last 20 seconds here of round 4. We're going to see if Valdez is content to coast or if he really wants to try to make an impression and put this guy away for the home crowd. Very hard headshots coming in from Valdez.
Yeah. Valdez, he's not letting up off the gas. He's doing what he needs to do.
Valdez so far has been the most effective southpaw of the evening.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing in there. And it's nice to see a good technical fight, good sound fight. Valdez looks like he's going to win it coast to coast.
Jimenez with a good body shot. It might be too little, too late. Without a significant shot to the body or anything upstairs, it's going to be real hard for Jimenez to pull a victory.
Yeah, he needs to throw a haymaker.
We'll see what happens in this coming up on the last 10 seconds. Valdez here sizing him up. There goes the 10-second knock. Valdez caught with an overhand right by Jimenez. One shot, too little, too late. Did not do the damage that was intended.
Yeah, it was a good, solid fight from start to finish.
Good fight, gentlemen. Y'all give it up for these gentlemen tonight.
Again, unofficially,
Good fight,
we have
gentlemen.
it 10 rounds.
That one.
We have it 4 rounds to 0 for Valdez. And what is a 40 to 36 unofficially? 40 to 36 for Junior Valdez.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's always good to see 2 young fighters getting in there duking it out. And the contrast of styles that you were talking about tonight, southpaw versus traditional style, it really played out.
Really good fight, y'all.
And it was good to see somebody who could execute that in Junior Valdez.
Respectful gentlemen. Here we go. All 3 judges scored about 40-36 for the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner. Y'all give it up for Junior
Valdez again doing what he came to do. Fighter showing great sportsmanship after the fight.
Yeah. Jim Jams.
And for our next bout, we have Brian Stevens versus Joshua Flores. So about this fight, Stevens is fighting out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Flores out of Jeffersonville.
Flores, Indiana boys.
Yeah, the battle for Indiana. We got Fort Wayne and Jeffersonville. Flores has a 2-year age advantage. He's 2 years younger than Stevens. Flores born in '88 and Stevens born in 1986.
You got two 80s babies.
So I'll tell you, since we're in an intermission here, we talk a little bit about the holidays and holiday shopping. Is this time of year one of your favorite times of the holiday year?
Man, it's one of my favorite times of the year, man. I mean, you know, it's family time. You know, you get a little reprieve. End of the year, you've been working hard all year.
Right.
Relax a little bit. You know, listen to your kids scream and fight each other.
Absolutely.
And then it's time to go on back for them to go back to school. You know.
Yeah, well, if your family's anything like mine, you know, you always got that one drunk uncle that I always get in trouble for laughing at the antics during this time of year. But in all seriousness, though, it's definitely a good time for family, fellowship, and definitely food. You know. So,
yeah. I mean, you know, you can't beat that, man. I mean, and you start to realize the older that you get, you know, the more valuable that becomes in your life.
Absolutely. I tell you, it's really good too to see this close to the holiday season that these fighters are willing to come out. These fighters' families have came out. I mean, there's a lot of support. You know, everybody brought their crew. Everybody's staying around and they're enjoying the fights and they're cheering on their favorite boxer. But there seems to be a lot of legitimate fight fans here tonight that really know the sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of legitimate fight fans. And you know, it just goes. Louisville's a boxing city, like you said. It's the only city that boasts 3 world champions: Greg Page, Muhammad Ali, and
you're gonna test my skill now.
I know it's my fault for even bringing it up.
No,
but you know, I mean, you know, Louisville's a boxing city, man. Sports city, especially a boxing city.
You know, it's good that we have future promotions to put together one heck of a fight card. Like I said, you know, if you folks out there looking today, if you like what you see, you like the polished product that's put out there, and I tell you, it's a real good way to keep your kids off of the street, to give your kids constructive something to do. We have too many kids that are willing to pick up a firearm and ruin their life. You know, everybody has frustrations and aggressions. And you can bring them into All or Nothing Box Academy. They can get in the ring and they can learn the sweet science. They can learn discipline, and they can learn that this is a sport. That you can fight and be in a sport, and you don't have to be mad at anybody. That you can execute your skill and your craft.
And like you alluded to earlier, it gives you you get the dedicate. It shows you what dedication that you got to put into something, determination. And sticking to it, commitment. You know, it's all. Boxing is an allegory for life.
Exactly.
You got to have all that stuff, man.
And we're sitting here looking. Was it? I tried to Google it, but it's not coming up. But was the other fighter Jimmy Ellis?
Jimmy Ellis. There we go. You know
it. To my boxing knowledge, and Google is stalling on me.
I think Louisville's only town, right? Three homegrown champs.
That's it.
Of the world, heavyweight.
You know, Louisville's known for basketball, and of course known for the fastest 2 minutes in sports.
Right.
But yes, to have 3 heavyweight champions, you know, come out of the city, you know, 2 in the same era when you talk about Ellis and Muhammad Ali.
Right. You know, I mean, that's something to be proud of, and that's something no other city can boast.
Exactly.
And that's, you know, I'm sure that's why boxing has always been an attractive sport in Louisville.
I tell you, Brandon, I'm gonna ask you a question now. Right now in boxing, any weight class, any weight division, who's your favorite boxer right now?
My favorite boxer? Oh man, you know, that's a tough one. I mean, I like the heavyweight division with but it's not so much competitive, you know.
Right.
The heavyweight. I mean, you got some young guys coming up. I really don't have a favorite, to be honest with you. But
I tell you, I like what's going on.
Who you like?
I like what's going on in the heavyweight division now. You know, like you said, I don't think the talent is necessarily all the way there, but you got some really big guys. You know, you obviously you have the American fighter, Deontay Wilder.
Wilder's good.
You have the new British champ out there now, and then you also have the guy, the gentleman that beat Klitschko first.
Okay, yeah, in the heavyweight division.
But actually, I am a Gennady Golovkin fan. Triple G. I think he's one of the best boxers out. I think a lot of fighters are ducking Triple G.
Yeah, you know, and that's one thing boxing is missing. A great American heavyweight champ.
American heavyweight.
Boxing is at it, you know. You hate to be biased, obviously, because we're American, but whenever you have a great American champion, it seems like boxing is at its best.
Absolutely. Now we have Brian Stevens coming in the ring from Fort Wayne.
Is this our feature fight of the night? Okay.
I think this is our 8th bout of the evening. We have one more bout. And I'm really glad so far none of the fights have been scratched.
Yeah.
Everybody passed wound checked. Everybody's passed height, weight, drug screen, everything you need to do to come in and perform and put on a show tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the folks came out to see a show. They paid the hard-earned money to see it, and they're getting it. They got, so far, eight great fights.
All right, y'all. This man is known as the Good Slugger. They call him fighting out of Jeffersonville, Indiana.
This is the Battle of Indiana.
Another interstate rivalry.
Hometown favorite.
For our viewers that are not from the area, Jeffersonville, Indiana is just right over the Ohio Bridge from Louisville. Joshua Flores making his way into the ring.
Okay.
Joshua Flores, another local fighter.
Got a little bit of gamesmanship over here.
Comes in with the luchador mask.
Yeah.
Joshua Flores definitely brought the hometown crowd.
Yeah. A little entertainment value to it.
Got his fans.
Entertainment. Hey, that's what we came to see.
Absolutely. Flores coming in with a little hometown flair with the Louisville Cardinal Bird inspired Libra luchador mask.
Let's go.
Referee explains the rules. The fighters touch gloves, and we are ready to rock and roll here. Lots of enthusiastic hometown support.
Yeah. Somebody wants to whip it.
Somebody.
Whoa.
And Brian Stevens from Fort Wayne, Indiana, coming out shocking the hometown crowd.
Got a grown man up in here.
Oh, with a strong right cross.
He's just going straight at him, man.
Referee's got to come in and break this fight up. Brian Stevens is definitely coming in as a game fighter. One thing you can't teach heavy hands, Brandon.
And he's got those heavy hands.
Stevens
He's throwing them.
is throwing thunder from his hands.
He's throwing them. You got to get some head movement over there from Joshua Flores. Flores is holding on for dear life.
Both fighters are coming in position to stand.
Still got two minutes left.
Stevens.
Okay. Okay, Flores is throwing.
Stevens. I tell you what, I'm actually giving 2 knockdowns on that.
Man. Flores is swole up underneath his right eye.
Flores definitely has swelling under his right eye. Flores is holding on. with a minute 45 in the round.
I did not know.
Stevens is definitely a heavy-handed fighter.
Is that 2 knockdowns?
I'm counting it as 2 knockdowns. I think we have that unofficial as 2 knockdowns.
I mean, Flores has got no head movement, man.
Flores is taking shots to the head. He's trying to tie the fighter up.
Yeah, I mean, Stevens is just going to penetrate through that defense.
Referee's got to come in. He's got to come in. He's got to come in. He's got to stop the fight. He's got to protect this fighter.
He's out of there.
It's very unfortunate. The fighter is still very, very game. The fighter is very game, but the referee did the right thing to protect the fighter so he could fight another day.
He's got to protect him from himself.
Flores was very game. Flores wanted to continue. Like we said, we know everybody steps in the ring as a gladiator.
That was a good stoppage.
But Stevens definitely came out and set the tone early.
Yeah.
Stevens, he has deceptive power, and a lot of times you can just tell when a fighter's throwing the punches.
Well, you know, hey.
And Stevens has shocked and upset the hometown crowd.
I don't know if it was an upset. You know what? He upset the crowd.
He did upset the crowd.
But I don't think he upset the boxer, though.
No.
It wasn't. That was clear from start to finish. That was a whooping.
That was a whooping. It definitely. Stevens came out and dominated the fight from start to finish.
The Flores is still a little woozy, man.
As we get the official call, we have a stoppage in round 1.
Okay, we got a hostile crowd.
Very hostile.
But they don't have a reason to be hostile. I mean, you know,
we have
Stevens just came in and took it to him.
2 knockdowns and a stoppage, which would have been a standing 8 count.
Yeah. Live to fight another day.
That's it. That was a pretty impressive showing. I'd like to see Stevens in another fight.
Yeah, I want to see him in another fight.
I'd like to see Stevens come back.
Yeah, that was a good fight, man. It was a good, solid fight. You know, he did his thing.
He was an underdog fighter. He was fighting against. There it is, right there. That overhand right.
Yeah, just good shot.
Another overhand. He's sizing him up. The referee absolutely did the right thing for a defenseless fighter.
He protected Flores. No question.
Excellent stoppage.
No question. You know, I mean, in the flip side of it, you know, you got the hometown crowd, you got your family here. You know, Flores got his family here. They're a bit upset, and reasonably so. But hey, that's boxing, man.
Right. But you know, they ought to be. They
win
really
some, you lose some.
Exactly, and they should be proud. Like I said, and I don't think people really understand. It takes a lot to get into this ring.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
Definitely a science.
Absolutely.
Not only do they train hard, do they work hard, but they get in this ring and they're willing to compete at one of the highest physical levels.
Yeah.
You know, to go in and take a punch from somebody. You know,
it's tough.
So I want everybody listening to have the utmost respect for the folks that get into the ring and they put it all on the line, and we really appreciate the show.
And that's the thing. We're seeing it ringside, brought to you by Future Promotions, All or Nothing Boxing Academy, Bob Cook's Locksmith Services. We're seeing it ringside. You know, it's a different vantage point up close and personal. You can feel the sweat when these guys get punched, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's why I would encourage everybody out there listening, come and check out a live fight, man.
Absolutely. You know,
especially a Future Promotions fight, but come check out a live fight. It's quite an experience.
And if you know, if you're close in the area, definitely come out. If you are affiliated with any kind of boxing clubs or boxing academies, and you want to get some of your club fighters to come out, just make sure that you look up and contact Future Promotions, and just make sure that you get these fights sealed. Like I said, this is one of the premier opportunities in Louisville to showcase your young fighters.
Yeah. And, you know, between fights, the contrasting styles of that Valdez and Jimenez fight versus his Stevens and Flores fight. Two totally different fights.
Right. You saw Jimenez and Valdez was a very tactical fight. And then you saw Stevens wanted to come in, establish dominance early in the fight. He wanted to make sure his power was felt.
Right.
And he was able to kind of keep that in. He didn't look like, they looked evenly matched from a physical standpoint. But just the leverage and the heavy hands of Stevens, you can't teach heavy hands.
Yeah, he's got those heavy hands, and he was throwing them.
He was throwing them
hard.
He was dropping bombs.
Stevens wasn't going to be denied. That was clear from the beginning. Did we miss the performance from the 3-3 person, or did they have it?
No, actually, when they had the intermission, they didn't. So I think they may wrap up at the end.
Okay. A little homegrown, I guess hip hop, or
I believe so.
I'm assuming. Might be country western.
I really don't want you. I don't want you to make me date myself about not knowing what the local flavor is here. So
I'm out of the loop, man.
I've been out of the loop. Out of the loop and over the hill, sir.
Everybody, I hope y'all been enjoying the entertainment tonight. I'm your announcer, Timothy.
Fans are definitely getting the show tonight. No question about it. That last fight got everybody riled up.
It did.
That is my buddy. I hope he's all right. Mr. Stevens came with his wife and his son, and he said he is done. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
All right, we're ready for the ninth fight of the night. We have Damon Reed out of Danville, Virginia, against Jamarcus Poulain out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Danville.
Poulain out of Atlanta has a 2-year age advantage, being born in 1993, and Reed was born in 1991.
Georgia, we have Jamarcus Poulain.
Hitting the ring first is Jamarcus Poulain, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia.
A-Town's finest, y'all.
Okay. Straight from the A-Town.
Comes in. Ready to showcase his skills.
All right, looks like we might have a fighter here.
Comes out and salutes all four corners of the ring to come out. Definitely a sign that a fighter is comfortable in the ring. He knows his ring protocol.
He will be fighting out of Danville, Virginia. Y'all give it up for Damian Reed.
Now in the ring, Damian Reed.
Damian Reed making his way to the ring.
From Danville, Virginia.
Let's go.
All right. Two creative outfits. Damian Reed's got the zebra going on.
And Reed.
Okay. Like two pretty solid guys. What do you think it's going to be? Technical?
I don't know with these two fighters.
Difficult to say, man.
You see, Poulain seems to have a slight height advantage. Has long arms.
It's like Reed's a bigger guy.
Reed might be a physically bigger guy.
And let's entertain this crowd.
Let's see how it turns out.
Poulain being the younger fighter by 2 years. Younger fighter, taller fighter, longer reach.
Yeah. See how both these gentlemen are going to play it out.
It is what it is, y'all. Let's get it in.
Both fighters seem eager to fight.
Something to go with. Entertain, clap up, lap up.
Like Poulain's rearing to go. Reed too.
And
both my fighters meet in the center of the ring.
That's good to see. This is the first fight where we don't see right off the bat where somebody has control of the center of the ring.
Yeah, they're being tactical.
Poulain feinting with the jab, finding his distance.
A little cat and mouse game going on early on.
Again, we have Damian Reed in the southpaw stance. Another southpaw. Where do they find all these southpaws?
I mean, you know, I know you're loving this.
As I hold my pen with my left hand, absolutely. Love to see fighters take the road less traveled. Shows a dedication to the craft. Polanco feinting with the jab, but establishing distance.
Focus fighters.
Both fighters kind of feeling each other out. Polanco's definitely created distance with that jab. He wants to work behind it, but again, Polanco switches up, to the southpaw stance, switches back. And normally you see a fighter do that when he's trying to find a familiar angle.
Okay. It looks like what both the fighters are trying to do, find a weakness in each other, get the timing down. Nobody's really thrown anything significant yet. We got some calls for knockouts in the crowd. Crowd's getting antsy, man.
Crowd is wanting to see action. We've had a lot of early knockouts. We've had some technical bouts as well. As the fighters begin to open it up, they open it up. It seems like both these fighters have the ability to throw some pretty hard shots. So I don't know if they did the homework on each other and they come in the ring respecting each other's power, but it seems like during that exchange they have the ability to throw hard punches.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and I'm sure these guys, if they haven't fought before, watch a little tape or talk to some people that have fought them before to get some type of idea of what to expect.
Absolutely.
That's all part of the process.
You see Polanco trying to size up for that big shot, trying to come with the big right hand.
Looks like Reed's loading up on that left.
He is, absolutely. And again, you know, we talked about this earlier in the night too. You know, a southpaw versus a conventional fighter. The southpaw wants to look for the lead left. The conventional fighter wants to throw the lead right.
I like Reed. Reed's got some pretty quick hands.
As we come to the.
Okay. Reed leaps into it with a left hand.
We come to the 10-second mark, and the bell has run.
First round is over.
As far as again the unofficial score that we're looking at here, first round being a round that goes to Polanco over Reed. Just basically because of the feinting jab, getting off one or two extra punches during the exchanges. Wasn't a very active round for either fighter, but it seemed like Polanco was the fighter that was in control for the majority of the time. So
give that first round to Polanco.
And again, everybody, that is unofficial scorecard, first round to Polanco.
Okay. Looks like Reed's being encouraged by his corner man to let his hands go.
Exactly.
Which is always a good thing.
Reed's corner is giving him instructions to let that left go.
You gotta let it go, man. They're feeling each other out.
You know, the thing when you have southpaws against conventional fighters, it can be, you know, an exciting swing fest, or it could be a very conservative fight.
Yeah.
But both fighters are swinging with bad intentions.
Bad intentions. Both
nice body shot by Polanco. Again, Polanco sizing up the jab.
You got Reed shaking his head.
Straight left hand coming by Reed. Reed, being the southpaw fighter, is obviously more relaxed when fighting a conventional fighter.
Reed is out there relaxed. He's got to let those hands go, though.
Polanco's getting a bit frustrated, trying to get used to the southpaw.
Reed shaking his head no, but Polanco's hands are saying yes.
Polanco with a couple of shots to the body during the clinch before they get broken up. Again, that's another thing we've seen tonight, the willingness to go to the body.
Yeah, that's been the theme all night from the
I've really
beginning to the end.
been impressed with some of the fundamental tactics. You know, I mean, every fighter's got something to work on, but from a tactic standpoint, a lot of these fighters are coming in with pretty good game plans.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's an amateur night. These guys might be amateurs, but it isn't amateur night.
We come in and
In fact, they're not amateurs.
They're not amateurs. These are professional fighters. These are.
So it isn't amateur.
They have federal IDs and they have license and they are sanctioned by the Kentucky State Athletic Commission.
They feed their families with this.
Exactly. Tell you, as much as Louisville is known for boxing, Kentucky is an agricultural state as well. I think I tried my hand at farming before I try to earn a living.
Yeah.
Practicing the
dirt doesn't hit
science.
back, does it? You can eat your own. You can eat what you grow.
I tell you, I've been impressed with Reed this particular round. He's been calm. He's been conserving his energy.
Yeah, he has. I mean, I'm waiting to see what he's got, because he's because Palan looks, he's still trying to figure out Reed, trying to get to him. He's got the arm length advantage, but he's not able to utilize his jab, or he's not utilizing his jab as much as maybe he should be.
And Reed is just not throwing enough punches.
He's not throwing any punches. I mean, he's got the defense part down.
He's got the defense down. He's definitely he is confusing Plain, but
maybe he's waiting for the third round.
Tell you, he's got 6 of them, so we'll see. We got both corners.
The ring girls tell us that it's the third round.
Absolutely.
They're getting in and out of the ring pretty efficiently.
Get in, get out, get ready for the next round. The trainers are starting to make their exits out of the ring.
This is a 6-round fight.
I got a feeling this third round is going to show us a little bit.
Fighters are getting tired.
Reed shouldn't be too tired.
No, he's been practicing his defense. He's been
okay. He's letting his hands go a little bit. Looks like. I like Reed's style. I like his style. He's got a throw, but I like his style. He's got the style part down.
As Reed, he backs away and he
walks into a body shot.
Walks into a straight, walks into that straight right to the body. Okay. The lane's opening up with the jab, sopping him up.
Okay.
I tell you.
Okay, Reed hits and that short right hand.
It seems like Reed, knowing that he's the smaller in stature fighter, seems like he's measuring his chance to take a shot.
Yeah. He's trying to be efficient with his punches. Very efficient. Crowd's getting a little bit restless, but they've been spoiled so far.
Another straight right body shot from Pillane. Pillane measuring another straight right to the body from Pillane. He slips the right jab from Reed.
Pillane with a nice body shot.
Pillane measuring his distance and throws another straight right to the body.
Okay, Reed.
That left hand
put a little combination together.
Perfect, good left hand lead for Reed. That's the shot that he wants to get off in this fight. Reed's got his hands down. That's never good for any fighter, especially fighting a fighter that has longer hands. But
Pillane's not getting to him, though.
But Reed is surprisingly quick to get his guard back up.
He's got some good head movement. He's not really getting hit a whole lot. And Pillane, even with his body shots, he's just catching Reed on the arm. So Reed's doing a good defensive job. But you still want him to throw. Let those hands go.
Reed being the fighter that's shorter in stature, he's a little bit older. You'd like to see him keep those hands up. As the crowd shows their displeasure for what has been so far a rudimentary battle between these two fighters.
Y'all get back into this one, y'all. I think that Indiana
10-second mark.
threw y'all a little bit off. But I never trust them cats from Indiana anyway. You'll never know what'll happen.
And there's the bell.
Like Ty said.
Again, Reed just not having the punching volume.
He doesn't have the volume.
We have an unofficial 3 rounds, 0 for Pillane.
She got Pillane with the clean sweep right now.
So far.
Love that guy. Y'all give it up for the Marine Corps girls. If y'all fellas ain't gonna see, y'all give it up too. Y'all husbands watch out for records eyeballs. Somebody might get poked in the eye. Watch yourself, little ladies. And they got a
We're sitting here between rounds. Once again, the fighters are getting the instructions.
Yeah, hopefully Reed's corner man is impressing upon him to throw these hands.
As we're in that, we've just crossed the halfway mark in this match. Referee's waiting for the bell rings, and we are back in session in round 4.
Still a capacity crowd out here.
Crowd seems to be excited about the fight.
Excited about the fight. Everybody's kind of waiting with anticipation for something to really break out. We'll see. The VIP section's still full.
Fighters tied up, moved by the referee.
Okay. Pillane looks like he's decided to take this thing in his own hands and let it go. Okay, Reed. Let's see a little fight from Reed.
Yeah, definitely Reed's going to have to pick up the pace.
He's going to have to pick that pace up. He's got about 2.5 rounds to go. But, you know, Pillane's not really hitting any solid shots still. Reed's blocking them all. But it's the activity.
It's definitely activity.
That's getting them through. Because at this pace, Reed's in there. He's got his Fred Flintstone Tarzan shorts, but he's playing more. He's boxing more like Jane and Wilma.
Again, getting the fighters pushing each other around, jockeying for position.
I mean, look, Reed's got it in him.
They're coming in off of that clinch every single time, and Pillane is just getting off the cleaner shots.
He's getting them off clean. He's getting off first, and that's what he's doing. You know, Reed's letting him get off first.
Again, we see Reed try to get a sneaky straight left in.
Reed got a solid one.
Nice combination by Pillane. Reed plays coy to try to get the left hand out. He tried to sneak one, yeah. He tried to lure him in and come with the straight left. I don't know about the setup, but he's definitely coming with the right punch.
Yeah, he's coming with the right punch. He's got to do a little bit more to set it up. Okay. Looks like Reed might be trying to force the action a little bit. This last 7 seconds.
There you go. 10-second knock. And then we have the round.
These last 2 rounds.
Again, just more combinations, a little bit more busy punching from Pulane. You know.
Sweetie got another 10-9 round for Pulane.
Another 10, and this again on the unofficial scorecards, another 10-9 round for Pulane.
This has been beautiful entertainment tonight. Beautiful entertainment tonight. We sure appreciate everybody coming out to the expo.
Boxers are getting their instructions. Reed is getting a little bit of water dumped on him. Getting his mouthpiece rinsed out.
I mean, Reed's in control. I'm sorry, Pulane's in control.
Absolutely. It looks like there may be a little bit of blood on Reed's mouthpiece there. They rinsed off.
Reed's going to need to get going these last 2 rounds.
Get the notice from the referee. He's about to call the round back into action. Quartermen get out. The fighters start fighting again. The line opening up a little more, throwing punches. It's currently unofficially 40 to 36.
Remaining, the next bout will be the final bout of the night.
Reed's getting a little bit
The main
wild.
event is coming up.
Reed is. I think starting to see a little more activity, at least attempted activity, but every time Reed picks up the activity, Pulane is there to silence him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big lead, and he knows it.
And I like the fact, too, that the fighters tonight, the fighters that have been up on big leads haven't been coasting.
Yeah. You know, they can't. They can't because you never know.
They really came out to put on a show, and I'm sure these fans are enjoying the good boxing action.
These are all some talented guys, and they brought the A games tonight.
Referee's got to break up. I'm sure Reed's going to get a warning about pushing there. A little shove to the face.
A little frustration. Reed's frustrated.
He's fighting a taller.
Yeah, he's fighting a taller fighter. He can't find his.
He can't get that left hand off. We really can't see what other punches that Reed has because it looks like he's trying to set something up coming off that straight left lead. And it just hasn't worked for him.
It hadn't worked for him all night. He's got to come up with another game plan.
I'm enjoying this fight.
And it might be too late.
I think, being a shorter fighter, the head work to get in, and he may have to take a couple of punches. And I just don't think that Reed is willing to do that against Pulane to show that he has enough power to keep Reed at bay, keep him on the outside.
Yeah, he's out there making business decisions.
Straight right there is right above the belt, legal. Reed perhaps thought it was a little low, but that was a great body shot.
Pulane's coming on strong with that right hand.
As Pulane continues to accumulate points.
Yeah. Looks like Reed's content to just finish this one out on his feet.
Got the 10-second mark.
Pulane's trying to end it, though.
Pulane missed on overhead right.
I think he might be in for it in this last round. Looks like Pulane, like you said, these fighters aren't coasting tonight once they get that lead. Pulane looks like he's trying to put Reed to sleep.
And we still, unofficially, we still do not have a round that has been scored in favor of Reed. Currently, we have the fight at 50 to 45 for Pulane. And again, that is the unofficial scorecard.
Last round.
Last round.
Second to last fight.
Last round, second to last fight. We'll have the main event coming up on this card.
Let's see what Reed's got. See if he's got something in him, something left in the tank.
You got Reed is breathing pretty heavily. Verlaine is also breathing heavy. Reed has made the decision to stand up during the round.
That's what these guys sign up for. They've been here before.
Fighters touch gloves.
Let's get it done, because the next one is the main event.
Another body shot by Verlaine. A straight right hand again. Another straight right hand to the body. You know, Verlaine's taking what's being given to him. He's working the right hand, and
he's not rushing. He's not being impatient.
Early on, Reed showed the ability to get his guard up in time. So Verlaine's taking what he has now that he's warmed him up, and he's taking a straight right to the body. He's coming off the feint with a pretty nice jab. As he is back, and again,
Reed's connected. Reed's catching up with him a little bit.
Absolutely.
The longer he stays on those ropes,
the fighters get broken up.
Reed's getting a little bit frustrated out there.
Absolutely. Verlaine's coming in.
And I can understand why.
Bring your A game when you come to the Expo 5. Protect yourself, have your hands up. Just don't look good.
Verlaine wants to end this thing.
Verlaine's definitely not taking his foot off the brakes. I think Verlaine has figured out this southpaw style a little bit. He's working behind the jab, but setting himself up for a great straight right hand.
Yeah, he's caught up to Reed a little bit. Reed slowed down a little bit, like you said. He's not getting out of the way of those punches like he was early on in the fight.
Yeah, he's getting body shots. He's scoring.
Reed's tired.
Early in the fight, Reed was conditioned for that straight right to come up top.
Yeah.
And Verlaine made the adjustment to be able to go to the body with that right. And he's throwing him right there on the line, too. He's taking what's being given to him.
And, you know, Reed just hasn't delivered out enough punishment.
So now we have Reed. He was given a warning about spitting into the ring. He did not like the instruction from the referee. But again, this referee.
You got it. That's it. Yeah.
And we have Reed has suffered a DQ.
You got to. Yeah. He had to do it. The frustration was building up.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Every time I see an attacker like that, the Pittsburgh Steelers hit the Cincinnati Bengals.
So we have Reed here on the disqualification after having some choice words for the referee, and now we see some sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's not personal. It was momentary frustration, man. Both these guys know. All these guys know. You know, Reed's anger is directed at the referee.
And we definitely saw that Reed was having some frustrations in the fight, having some trouble setting up that straight right. The straight left hand. He couldn't work that straight left hand to get anything to work behind it, and he got thrown off his game plan, and that may have played into some of the in-ring frustrations.
The referee took offense to Reed spitting on the canvas. Made talk about it, and okay. Reed, we have you got to take it out in the ring though.
After suffering
ladies and gentlemen,
a disqualification.
This is winner by disqualification in the blue corner, Mr. Poland. Y'all give it up for both of these fighters tonight. Some things just don't go the way that you're playing.
And Reed, in a unfortunate, he did show some sportsmanship towards the boxer.
Yeah.
But Reed and his corner have chosen to leave the ring.
Hey, sometimes it's just not your night.
Absolutely.
And tonight definitely was not Damian Reed's night.
Reed
the night belonged to Jamarcus Poland.
A younger, taller fighter that was able to get shots off first, and that frustrated the southpaw. It seemed like as the fight went on, Paling was gaining experience on how to get shots off on what the southpaw fighter confused him in the beginning. And it's really been good for the fans of boxing. They really need to understand the great job that Future Promotions did, making sure that they paired fighters with different fighting styles. They have conventional fighters, they have southpaw fighters, they have heavy hitters, they have tacticians. This has been a great night for boxing.
Yeah, you got a good mix of fights. You got a good mix of styles. No mismatches.
Absolutely.
Which is always a good thing. Definitely. Future Promotions is doing their thing. All or Nothing Boxing Academy. Bob Cook's Locksmith Services. If you get locked out or need to change, somebody's acting crazy, you need to lock them out, call them up.
You need to call up Bob Cooks, and then you need to call attorney Brandon Lawrence so you can have some representation.
Yeah, we represent you, man. Personal injury, all that stuff. Accidents, dog bites. Hey. We'll take care of it. So we got the premier fight, the match of the night. That's what we've all came here to see.
Premier fight of the evening. We have Corey Phelps fighting out of Catlettsburg, Kentucky, against Jermaine Franklin out of Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw.
So we have
Catlettsburg. You been to Catlettsburg?
I haven't been to, what is it? It's Catlettsburg, not Catlettsburg. Catlettsburg. Yeah, so I've
if you say Catlettsburg, they know what you're talking about.
Right there.
They know
Catlettsburg, Kentucky. I do not, as a native of Kentucky, I have not been to Catlettsburg.
Never, ever.
And
I'll probably never go.
And I'm okay with that. I'm all right.
I never go. Might have ran through it. Like on the way, I don't know.
And we have
somewhere on the way to Versailles.
Jermaine Franklin being born in 1993 and Corey Phelps being born in 1984. Jermaine Franklin has an 8.5-year age advantage.
That's a big one.
So we'll see how that plays into the fight.
We shall see shortly. Still a nice sized crowd here waiting for this final fight of the night. Showcase fight.
Again, we'll see how that plays out with the 8.5-year age advantage.
Yeah.
Again, we were talking earlier about our favorite fighters. Gennady Golovkin, definitely. He's had a career where he's pretty much walked through all of his opponents. And, you have, I thought it was interesting, one of the signature things that I like about Gennady Golovkin actually happened when he wasn't fighting, when Miguel Cotto's camp actually paid money to not fight Gennady Golovkin when he was the mandatory challenger.
Right.
And so, that right there says a lot about a fighter. When a champion sees that you're the mandatory fighter and they opt to pay you out as opposed to getting into the fight.
Hey, man. Hey, it's no problem.
And we just got joined here by Damian Reed, who actually came by. He actually had an apology for what he perceived as a lack of sportsmanship, and he really showed class and showed what this is all about.
Yeah.
Boxing is truly a gentleman's sport, and it's okay. We all get caught up, but to have Damian Reed come back and to apologize to the judges, to the scores table, and to the announcer booth was really a classy thing to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, man, hey, man, it's a moment of frustration.
It's a moment of frustration.
We all
you can
have
imagine, and you have a game plan and you're not able to execute it.
It's frustrating.
Because we saw all night he was trying to set up the left-hand lead, which was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get the left hand out to set it up.
I mean, all right. What's going on, brother? Everything smooth?
Here we go. We are joined here by Lionel Jimenez, who fought earlier against Junior Valdez. So
it's a good fight out there, man.
It's a good fight.
It's a good show. Yeah. That was a good match. Good matchup.
You better train, you better guard yourself.
Good matchup. It's always good to see. Always good to see, man. Everybody's out here doing their best, going through it, giving their all. And these are some good guys. You know, they're here to entertain us. They're here to win the fight. They're good folks, man. It was a real good display of sportsmanship by Damian Reed.
And that's really encouraging to see, you know, because like we said earlier, these are professional fighters. These fighters feed their families.
Absolutely.
So they want to be able to come back.
Right. And they realize it's a business, and you got to conduct it as such.
Corey Kid Cobra Phelps coming to the ring from Catlettsburg, Kentucky.
Your man from Catlettsburg. He's slowly making his way to the ring. Oh. Total chaos. That's what Corey Phelps hopes to invoke in the ring. Total chaos.
Great place. All right,
Team Cobra.
Team Cobra
is the trainer. We're not talking Cobra Kai. There won't be any sweeping of the leg going on here. It's all going to be fisticuffs.
Man out of Saginaw. Saginaw stand up. Got a big group of supporters from Saginaw.
Both fighters
we got a live performance.
As Franklin comes in with the MC on the mic.
Be great or be forgotten.
Bringing us some of that Saginaw, Michigan hip-hop flavor.
Yeah, they're famous for it.
Like we said before, it's really, really good that everybody brings the neighborhood with them.
Yeah.
When they come into the fight, they bring their support.
Got to represent, man. That's what we came to see. This is a show. It's boxing.
Exactly.
This is a show.
This is what you want to see in a main event.
Entertainment, man.
This is what you want to see.
And hopefully the fight's as entertaining as the introduction.
Exactly. Be great or be forgotten is the motto of the camp of Jermaine Franklin. You'll see it on their shirts. You'll see it on his robe. Against Corey Kid Cobra Phelps.
All right, last fight for the night. This is your main event, y'all. Y'all stay for this entertainment. We got one more thing after this for y'all. Mr. Phelps, Mr. Franklin, are y'all ready? Mr. Marvin Whittemore controls all action in the ring. Mouthpieces in.
Marvin Whittemore has done an excellent job tonight as referee.
He's done a great job. He's kept his composure, and the fighters have been fair and treated fairly. It's been a well-run. It's been a well-run production. I mean, that's what Future Promotions does. They have good people around them, and good people involved in everything that they do, and that's why they've been so successful with this, bringing us great, entertaining fights.
I see right now, Corey Phelps is the oldest fighter on the fight card this evening.
Okay. Corey Phelps is moving around pretty decent.
At 33 years old, or 33 years young.
They're both coming out. Okay.
Coming out with some heavy hands.
Coming out.
We got Jermaine Franklin coming out with some heavy hands. As both fighters try to establish some dominance, try to show some power.
It's like Franklin's trying to empty the tank on this.
Oh yeah, the younger fighters definitely trying to impose the extra energy.
That's how they do it in Saginaw.
Finding this range, it's hard, hard shot.
Down goes Corey
Phelps in round one. That is a legitimate knockdown.
Oh Righty.
Does anybody have a nice comforter?
Looks like
Phelps sizing him up, coming
Franklin.
again. The second knockdown, and the referee has
that
to
it?
stop the fight.
Oh, looks
After
like
that bent back, let's make sure that leg's okay.
torn ACL.
Mr. Dennis Price, please check on this man.
Do they have an official call? Did he stop it or?
Let's see what this
Let's
man-
see, he's got
I mean, it looked bad.
We know this is entertainment. We know I throw a little jokes, but I'm always concerned about our fighters. I'm always concerned about our fighters. Y'all give it up.
All right.
Y'all give it up for
And we
these
have-
fighters.
Yeah, Corey Phelps got up under his own
Give it up for these
accord
fighters.
as Jermaine Franklin makes quick work.
Quick work.
Quick work.
You know, he
Give it up
saw
for this show.
undercard.
Appreciate all
He
the
saw,
entertainment, but we
saw-
definitely wanna make sure
He saw the weakness and he exploited it.
Exactly, you know, and we're talking about an 8.5-year age difference.
it's
Although
tough.
Phelps is the taller fighter, more range, it's just the younger, quicker fighter. In this particular instance, came out with the younger, quicker energy and
Young man's game.
and hurried up and he put him away quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner says it is a KO at 101 in the first round from Saginaw, Michigan. They call this guy Jermaine Franklin.
Ended the night with a
Jermaine
knockout.
Franklin, representing zip code, the 989 Assassin. Again, the 989 Assassin. Again,
Another great fight night put on by Future Promotions.
I'm Sam Bell. We got Brandon Lawrence and Brella Stiller here on the unofficial scoring. Again, on the announcements, myself, Sam Bell, and Brandon Lawrence. Or should I say Brandon Lawrence, Esquire?
There we go.
The accomplice.
Good night, y'all.
There we go. Thank you all for enjoying this with us. We hope you had a great time. We can't wait to see you again soon. Thanks so much, y'all.